What's up, little Tony Soprano? Or should I say the real meat stick? How are you doing this evening? It's a little stuffy out here in Texas, but it's bearable. At least I got some wind out here. If anybody wants to hop on, there's the link. You put any videos lately? I hadn't seen nothing pop up. Has the champ dropped? Let's see here. If the app will load. Currently 96 degrees, but it's cloudy and the wind's blowing. It's probably a little bit cooler than that now. It's really about 90. But nonetheless, it's been a little stuffy. Got some pork steaks back there on the smoker. Rolling about 220 on them. They're not real thick. I don't want to cook them real fast. I want to throw some smoke on them. We'll put a big dense log down, big dense water oak log. Yeah, it was about probably about 102 at the peak of it today. But nonetheless, that's that good old Texas heat. It's not very forgiving, for damn sure. That's why I'm doing all my smoking late. Kevin Will, what's up, brother? Nothing special on the pit, just some little old pork steaks, about maybe half an inch thick. So Mr. Al Lunacy sent me some of his vodka rub the other day. Some of that vodka rub, and I tasted this stuff out of the bottle, and my God, this shit's good. So I'll put some on a pork steak, try it out. Tastes like brisket magic on steroids. Man, we're probably right around there too, Kevin. It's freaking been unbelievable up here by the lakes area. Southeast Texas. My God, it's been over 100 degrees every day for a while. What's up, Mr. Madwood? Terry, how you doing this evening, brother? But I will go ahead and highly encourage y'all. Y'all need to hit Al up and buy some of that right there. That's the best store-bought rub I've ever had, or better than any store-bought rub I've ever had. It's got a little bit of sweet to it. It's real savory. Some good shit, man. The meat stick. Oh, I checked it before I went into this because my HD webcam broke. So this is the computer webcam. I spent most of my day today researching how I can use my Sony ZV-1 as a webcam. Got all the stuff ordered for it, so I'll be using it from now on. Because later on in the fall, I got a little side gig where I'm probably going to smoke about 3 or 4 briskets and about 5 or 6 racks of ribs. And it's going to be around in November. Be nice and cool, and I want to go live and do that whole cook live. So I got all the stuff on my camera to do that. Judge Whip. I really woke up with the intentions to coming out here and shooting a video today. But by 9 o'clock, it was already about 90 degrees. That highly discouraged me from wanting to shoot a video. So I just put it off another week. I don't have no videos left. I'm going to do beef dino ribs next. And I might do some snapper too. Do them all on the same weekend. smoke starting to burn now. But it is turning out to be a nice cool evening here in Southeast Texas. Not that hot at all. Sun's going down. I got my lights set up for when it gets dark. Pork steaks probably be done here in about 30 minutes. Surgery day. Everything go the way you wanted it to, Terry? I know I seen you posted some stuff about it, but I don't remember exactly what you were having surgery for, bro. I'm bad about keeping up with people. Just hurting. What kind of surgery did you have? I know I've probably seen it on Facebook, but I got a bad memory. Oh, Tony had the surgery. Yep. Our kids start back next week to Kirbyville, 16th. Well, week after next. Your privets. Ouch. Surgery sucks in general, no matter what you have it on, especially when you get older. Smell that water oak in the air. You'll know when someone's burning some water oak. That's a very distinct smell, just like red oak. Oh, Tony, he's on it today, talking that shit. Anthony's on it. The wind's trying to blow my foal away, but I ain't bitching about it. It feels good. All right, so you did put you out a new video. Put out one on chuck roast. Oh, you got your Camp Chef XXL Pro cabinet smoker too. I looked at them a long time ago when I was looking at upgrading to a bigger pellet smoker, and then I just built my own. What's up, Simon? How you doing this evening, bro? I'm gonna go watch a chuck roast video later, see how it turned out. Me, I've tried select prime roast, chuck roast. I've tried choice chuck roast, and I've tried prime chuck roast. And I just found myself not liking chuck roast that much, man. It looks like brisket, and you want it to taste like brisket, and it don't taste like brisket. I really don't care for it. About the only way I care for chuck roast is make a pulled beef sandwich or smoke it for about an hour or two and then put it in a crock pot, cook it down with some peppercorns, potatoes, like Mississippi pot roast style. Natural birth for the win. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And no, if anybody's asking, I'm not drinking Bud Light. That's just the only 25-ounce koozie I got. I'm actually drinking Yingling. So don't roast me too bad in the comments. Well, what are y'all planning on firing the smoker up for this weekend if you are? Damn wind. Fire's still burning nice. Yes. That. Al sent me some to try. And I'm telling you right now, that's good, man. It is freaking good. I'm going to have to buy some more of that from him and get it in a bigger bottle. I'm going to try it out on some beef ribs next weekend, featured in the video. But just tasting this right out of the bottle, that was freaking, it was phenomenal. Al did a good job on that. It's got a little hint of sweet, a lot of savory, and got some kick in the back end. It's very good. Said he was going to send me some bark builder to try next, but I don't have no problem getting bark, but I'll try it. Even on a dead pellet smoker, man, I've always gotten bark. I don't understand people that don't get bark. The real dynamic to getting bark on anything is airflow. If you don't have the airflow, you ain't getting the bark. Yeah, he just sent this for me for an example, a sample, not an example. But I'm definitely gonna buy some now. Definitely, that's some good shit. It's better than any store bought rub I ever bought. It's better than Meat Church. It's better than than all of them that I've tried so far. I used to be a seasoned junkie. My old lady would get so mad at me. I'd have so much seasonings in the cabinet. And then I found that combination of seasonal salt, black pepper, and salt and garlic powder. And I just started using that. And I just got probably here about maybe 2 months ago where I finally used up all the commercial seasonings I had. Now I just got basic stuff. But I'm about to get me a few bottles of this. It's very good. If I get all my stuff from my camera in Sunday morning, I may go live again and do some testing out, some test shooting, filming a live video, go smoke something easy, maybe like some ribs or something. Oh, y'all see my cock back here? What's up, boy? Well, I had that in the way. Well, see, Louis got a new video out. Game over, Leroy and Lewis. Well, that looks like some funny shit. I'm about to go check that out. Got some good smoke coming out that stack. Smells good out here. Dang, ain't a whole lot of people kicking on Friday night. That's why I quit going live on Friday nights there for a minute. Actually didn't do too bad on Sunday morning. But everybody's got shit to do. I completely understand. What's your next video gonna be, Simon? Oh, he's coming on. Somebody's coming to join me. What's up?
All right, Mike. I'm watching this and I'm saying he's got to have somebody come on with him. You need somebody to interact with. I know how it feels because I do this for the first 10 minutes to 15 minutes of every time of my live streams. And it's so hard to monologue for a period of time and not have that instant gratification of feedback.
Yeah, I used to kind of freaking get me a topic and try to stick to it, but pretty much talked about everything in previous lives that I've pretty much talked about everything I need to talk about.
I just had to get some, I put something on and I had to grab a beer because it's a little weird when you're drinking alone.
Yep. You need to go get some of that from Al.
I subscribed to Al, and I think after with a membership with him, after I believe it's about 6 months, I get one of those. You're lucky you got one early.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Well, me and him talked about it a long time ago. He was going to send me one, and he probably got busy. But he might have had a deadgum drawing or a raffle on one of his lives that I missed. I don't know how I exactly got it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's freaking good. It's real good.
Did you put that on the pork steaks for tonight?
I put it on one pork steak because everybody else likes the way that theirs are seasoned up. I put 4 of them in there, but I seasoned mine up with that.
Right.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna definitely put it on some beef ribs next weekend. I didn't want to use too much of it. I'm gonna do a beef dino ribs video next weekend if it's not 105 degrees out.
I love the plate ribs. I made short ribs earlier in the week, but I was in such a rush. I had to put them on the grill. There was no time to put them on the smoker for several hours.
Yeah, I'm going to do beef dino ribs. I've done one beef dino rib video, but it was one of the very first videos I shot when I got my Sony ZV-1. And I didn't do like a start and finish video. I just kind of screwed around with it and jumped around. But I'm going to do one for real this time. Oh, I'm ready for college football. Fucking hook 'em.
103 in Dallas. That's what I was talking about. When you mentioned that the temperature went down, I keep hearing from people in Texas about how it's been over 100 degrees every day for like the last 60 days straight.
Yeah, so it got up to 103 degrees here by about 2 o'clock. It's about 103, 102. And it got cloudy here for a minute and the wind picked up. And that helped cool things off. It's still about 88 degrees, but it feels better than 100.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah, freaking. I mean, it's dangerous around here right now. We've had a few wildfires break out. Luckily, our fire departments get them in check. One was right up the road over here, and then one was on the other side of town. So it ain't nothing to screw around with. I hadn't seen it this bad around here since 2011. I got a lot of dead grass. It's been pretty rough. I ain't even getting no rain. Probably rained twice in the last 3 weeks for about maybe 30 minutes each time. Didn't even get not even a quarter inch of rain.
So you don't have any crops then? You're not growing any vegetables or anything, are you?
No, I do sometimes. But I got neighbors that do it. My dad does it, so I get given a lot of stuff anyway, so I don't jack with it.
I lost some of my cucumbers and I lost some of my tomatoes because of the dry spells that we had. And then the peppers, on the other hand, when it really started raining, I didn't take the time to drain the water in the raised beds. So I ended up
Drowning.
drowning some of those plants. Yep. Can't win this year.
Nah, that's hey man, it's been a rough year. We got a lot of rain to start the year off. Then April, someone shut the water faucet off, and then we ain't got hardly crap since then. It's like, damn. Until it's El Nino year.
It's all one way or all the other way. You can't have that even balance.
Now watch, when we do get rain, it'll be record flooding, or we'll get a damn hurricane.
It's interesting the times that I've been to Texas that if it snows, nobody knows how to drive, and then when it rains, the highways flood. There's no absorption system. There's no drains.
It just I'll tell you what, they don't know how to drive in the dead gum rain either. It ain't just the snow. It depends on where you're at in Texas, man. Freaking people in Bridge City and Beaumont don't know how to freaking drive. It goes to rain and they slow down and throw their dead gum flashers on. I'm like, man, get the hell out of my way. I'm going home. I learned how to drive in the snow a few years ago when I was working in Oklahoma. I say a few years ago, about 10 years ago when I was working in Oklahoma. I'd come down back when me and my old lady were dating, and I come down to Texas and stayed a night, and then woke up early, and I didn't pay attention to the weather. But about the time I got in Lufkin, it started snowing, and I said, man, it don't never snow in Lufkin. What the hell is going on? I got on my weather app and looked, and I was driving right to a damn blizzard. So I was like, you know what? I done made it this far. I ain't stopping. And I drove through it. And what I learned about driving in the snow is drive on the loose stuff. Don't drive on the packed stuff. You'll spin out.
That's right.
And once I figured that out, I was trucking at about 75 the whole way, passing people like they was walking. But I drove a big old Dodge 4x4 truck too, though, with all-terrain tires.
But the other thing you got to watch out for is the black ice.
Yep, black ice. I didn't run into none of that, thankfully. This is all real heavy snow. Black ice, it happens after it melts. Yeah, there's a lot of Cajuns in Beaumont. There's a lot of LSU fans around here, and I don't get that because this is Texas, man. You should be rooting for Texas teams, and they all want to root for LSU. Yeah, college football playoff is going to 12 teams. That means 6 SEC teams are going to end up getting in. Maybe 7 or 8. Who you watch college football?
I don't. Lately, I haven't even had any opportunities to watch any pro football. Sundays have been busy with the kids.
Yeah, no,
and now it's work too. So I'm doing work 5-6 days a week, and then when I'm not doing that, then there's schoolwork to do, and then family time. So losing all that free time that I had when the kids were a little bit younger, and I had a different work life type of balance where I could watch the football games and go to the games.
No, I feel you on that. I didn't shoot not one YouTube video the month of July because I have all my kids the month of July, and we went fishing, we went swimming, we did all kind of stuff. I didn't shoot not one. All the YouTube videos y'all seen me do were done in May and June. I ain't shot one. I ain't shot a YouTube video in probably about a month and a half, almost 2 months.
I remember a time before that I was reaching out to you, and you were talking about how busy you were with the kids over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
No, the TV at the firehouse has the Weather Channel on most of the time, or it's tuned to I am responding to see where the fires are at and who's responding to those fires. So we're not watching TV.
I feel you on that. No, work will definitely get in the way of a lot of stuff. That happens to me a lot here lately too. Having to work. But it was quiet the month of July though. Real quiet. Went off and did a bunch of stuff. Did a lot of fishing. Caught a lot of bass.
Well, good for
Had a
you.
good time with kids. Thought about buying a
So,
GoPro and doing a catch and cook video, but then I said, man, I already lug enough shit down there at the creek. I don't need to worry about ruining the camera.
that's true. We're not allowed to do any gambling, so no card games at the firehouse. We discussed a while back maybe a Texas Hold'em tournament among the firefighters, not any of the chiefs or assistant chiefs, but it never went anywhere.
They didn't want to lose no money.
I think that's exactly what it is. Everybody's holding tight onto whatever they have.
I'm not much on gambling either. I went when I was young, and the very first time I ever went to a casino, I won about $2,000. I said, heck yeah. And that's been about the pinnacle of it, man. Probably lost my ass since then.
But did you play the lotto tonight? It's $1.25 billion.
So we got a pool going around at work where we all get in on it and pay so much. So if I win it, it'll be that way. We'll be splitting it about 20 different ways. Still be a pretty good paycheck.
Great payout.
What is it? It's $1 billion right now?
1.25, 1,250 million.
So the cash option on that would probably be about $425,000 after you pay all the taxes and stuff on in the state of Texas.
Yeah, you got to divide it. You get about a quarter of that because the cash option's a half, and then about a half of that goes to taxes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I looked it up. I looked up what $1 billion was the week before last when we were all in it. It was 325,000. So it's a little bit above that now. If it's 1.2 million,
Sure.
or was it 375? I can't remember. Sales taxes 0.0675 in Texas.
I don't have the Amish necessarily around me, but within 40 minutes, then I see the Amish on the farms. And obviously, going Monday through Saturday to any of the markets, you'll see people selling their goods. There it is. Judge Webb's got the number, 625 cash option.
There you go. Yeah. So you tried out those desserts.
I'm taking that as
How'd that pumpkin pie one? Did you make that pumpkin pie dessert you talked about the other day?
No, that's coming up next Tuesday. It's interesting you bring that up.
I wanted to see how that. I've never done that one. I've never done it like that. I'm intrigued.
I'm doing the apple and I'm doing the cherry, the pumpkin. You know what? I probably should do that as well. But you inspired me. That just seemed it was so simple to make.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy and it's freaking good with a scoop of homemade vanilla ice cream. Man, you can't beat it. The key of it is to get enough butter on the top. You don't want to mix it up and make the actual cake batter. You put it on top and you spray it down with butter and and put some brown sugar and cinnamon on it if you want. I don't like cinnamon that much, but the key is to get that top crisp, and you got that crunch with it, man, and it turns out good. It's damn near foolproof, man. Anybody can make it.
Yeah, it looked delicious.
I bet the pumpkin pie filling, I bet that would be good. I bet that'd be good. I ain't never thought about trying that.
We had a talk last night about how the fall beers are coming out now in August. You're starting to see the Oktoberfest beers. You're seeing the pumpkin beers. You're seeing the ciders that are coming out. And whether or not it's a little bit too early, being that we're we just got out of July. We just had the 4th of July. We haven't even had Labor Day yet. Isn't it too soon for this type of stuff?
That's America. Always looking way ahead, man. Or you know it, we'll get in the dead gum into August, and there'll be Halloween decorations out.
You're right. That I don't mind. It's when the Christmas decorations come out.
And then they'll be right before Thanksgiving. You'll see Christmas decorations.
Yep. You're right about that. Well, considering that Christmas is only 4 months away, I'm surprised I haven't started to see those decorations in the store yet.
Walmart will be doing it probably right there at the end of October. There'll be nothing but Christmas stuff in the outdoor section.
Sure.
Like clockwork every year, all the grills will be on sale and all the supplies. You can go in there and get stuff for about 20-30% off. But yeah, that dessert. That's it. I learned how to do that in a Dutch oven when I was a sophomore in high school. Our ag teacher taught us that, and then I've always took that, correlated it to a barbecue pit at a young age.
Yep.
That's where I got that from.
So, what other interesting recipes, fast, easy, cheap, put together recipes do you have?
So I'm actually going to shoot a video on some fucking fancy cheap chicken. I may name the video that, I may not, but pretty much, you know how you can get that big bag of chicken leg quarters at the store for like $8. It's got
Yeah.
like 13 pieces of chicken over it. Take
Yep.
that and make a herb brine and brine it overnight. Get that flavor down into it and smoke it off the next day.
That is easy and cheap.
Like I said, you probably just in seasoning, brine, and all that, you probably got maybe $20 invested in it overall, and it'll feed probably about 6, 7, 8 people.
Okay.
But let me dig in the back of my mind when I'm po' boying. I've been doing a lot of that here lately. Simple pork chops. Sometimes I'll brine them pork chops and stuff too.
Yeah, pork chops are cheap. Pork has always been the cheapest item. Sometimes
Well,
cheaper than chicken is.
here lately, chicken's been way cheaper than pork over here.
Hmm.
That pack of pork steaks was $13. I remember pork steaks used to be 6 or 7. Now I didn't pay attention to the poundage on it, but it was only 4 pork steaks. You can get a big pack of chicken thighs and chicken leg quarters for like $5, $6.
Yeah, I think
That's
the
another
last
little
time I
quick
saw
easy one I
chicken
like to
thighs
do.
on
I like to do them
sale,
chicken. Yeah, I like to do them chicken thighs. That's quick and easy too.
chicken thighs are the best. I think it's so much better than making chicken breast.
Oh, no doubt. See, my old lady, she likes chicken breast. She cooks chicken breast all the time. But me, I'm thigh. I'm like,
Yep.
I'll do that chicken breast like I do my turkey breast. Sit there, smoke it for about an hour, 2 hours, real slow, and then get a little bit of bark build up on it, but try not to get it over 165. And I'll put it skin side down and full with some butter and wrap it up real tight and finish it out till it hits an internal temp of about 160. Pull it out and let it rest and slice it. And that's about the only way that I'll eat turkey breast. I mean, not turkey breast, chicken breast is if I smoke it like the turkey breast.
Interesting.
And you can dip
So
it back in that butter and have a sauce.
I had a feeling you were into the dark meat. Something told me that you were a dark meat type of person.
Oh, I'm dark meat all day long, dude. The only white meat I'll eat is chicken wings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I may make a video of how to po' boy barbecue where I take some cheap cuts and just do some simple shit with it. Fill that big ass pit up, feed a crowd.
Last time I made a turkey breast was, I believe, back in June. I love the way the turkey breasts come out, and everybody here in the house eats them, whether it's a sandwich or it's just sliced up with potatoes. There's usually nothing left the next day.
Now, don't get me wrong. I know how to cook the turkey breast. It just, to me, it don't have nowhere near the flavor as the thighs and legs do. The best
No,
turkey breast I ever ate came off beer can chicken. The turkey breast on beer can chicken's always phenomenal. All right, I gotta check my pork steaks.
go ahead.
Turn my lights on while I'm up. Throw some heat to them.
Man, that is a good looking pit. see what's going on in the chat. Got to start that up on the other phone.
That's a habit to do that.
That's one of the reasons why I want an offset. Is it's just such a cool thing to be able to feed all that wood in there, and it's so massive. But the other part of me says, do I really want to be tied down to a smoker that every 40 minutes or so I need to throw a piece of wood in? That's my only holdback.
So the way that I built that one, I don't really have to manage that fire. If I stack my logs in there right, about an hour and a half, sometimes two in the summertime, I can carry it over for 2.5 hours before I got to mess with it. So this evening I'm using some water oak to smoke these pork steaks with, and normally my go-to wood is red oak and pecan and water oak. Those are my go-tos. Every now and again, if I can get my hands on some hickory, I'll use some hickory, but not very often you see that around here. Yeah, I've been carrying.
What about
real low on them pork steaks, man? I was running about 200, so it's time to throw some heat to them and bring them on up.
What about pecan shells? You have any experience just using the shells?
I've never used pecan shells. I've heard of people doing that, but I don't see what kind of flavor pecan shells would add, because they would burn up real quick. And I ain't never personally burned no pecan shells, but when you're burning pecan, it's a different smell. You smell it from a mile away. It smells so good, but sometimes you can get caught up in how good it smells, and you can over smoke your meat with it and get it bitter. So you got to be careful with it. But pecan shells, maybe it provides a little flavor, but I just don't see it providing a whole bunch of flavor, because the flavor that gets on your meat is from the moisture burning out in the wood.
Somebody made a video this week where they were using pellets that were made of 100% pecan shells, and they were saying that it got almost a mesquite flavor to it.
Yeah, I think somebody advertised that here a while back. It's been like last year, but I remember them making some pellets like that. But I have a hard time believing they use 100% pecan shells. I bet they mix a filler wood in there with it too. Well, here Troy says he used some.
Yep.
I mean, I can remember burning like tree limbs and stuff that had pecan shells on them before that were old and no good, but all I smelled was pecan tree limbs. Smoking, I didn't, Oh, Smoking Joe.
There you go.
My personal preference with pellets, and I really couldn't tell that much of a difference till I got back in the stick turner game, but even the 100% species woods is a little bit different in the pellets, like the lumberjacks and all that. There ain't much difference between all of them, and for my taste buds anyway. I've used all different kinds, and when you get used to this level of smoke back here, you don't hardly taste no smoke on a damn pellet smoker no more. That's my only knock I got on a pellet smoker. Because I fired up that Rectech last weekend and put it on smoke mode to get some smoke and some chicken thighs. I didn't get nothing in it, man. And then the next day, I used a smoke tube to try to get even more smoke and some pork chops. Couldn't taste it. I even want them Smoking Joes. Here lately, I've been using that Rectech to do some reverse searing. Throw it on there and smoke it real low, some ribeye steaks, and then I've been taking my charcoal chimney and putting a little charcoal in it and lighting it and taking one of the grates off the Rectech and searing them off. I ain't staying out in the heat for too long. Actually, you want to see the pellet smoker? That's the pellet smoker right there.
Hmm.
It's got a bag over the hopper. That's the one I built that burns sticks and pellets. I've been using it a lot here lately too. I get some good smoke flavor in that one, but I still don't get the level of smoke as I get in my stick burner. But my deflector plate, now I got a video on it. If you're ever curious, go watch that video. But I cut slots in my heat deflector, and I put enough room in there between my drip pan and where that heat deflector is, where I could set 2 whole logs on there, and it'll burn them 2 whole logs in there. And the Rectech controller on that hopper will regulate it. It won't never get maybe 10 degrees over the set on it, even burning them logs. But I've been using that, and really I love cooking chicken on that thing because you get two flavor profiles in there. You get the smoke, and then that grease starts hitting that drip pan down there, and that drip pan's so hot, you get a direct heat flavor too, and it's freaking good. It ain't that great for smoking briskets on though. The bark don't really get as dark as it does on this stick burner right here, unless you put the briskets on the very top where the radiant heat bounces off the top, comes down on top of them. Yeah. This pellet smoker right here, it burns the real deal pellets, man, and full size pellets. Steelers versus Cowboys. Oh shit. I don't care for electric smokers. I used to have an electric smoker, one of the Masterbuilt cabinet smokers, and about the only thing that I really ever did on that was make jerky. It was good for putting them wood chips on that little tray down there with that heat element, and I do jerky in them. That's about the only thing I ever used it for, but I never did put out no decent barbecue on them. I mean, you could put out decent food that tastes good and was tender and all that, but you weren't getting the barbecue nostalgia and the flavor on it. If that makes any sense. What about you, man? You ever used electric smoker like a Masterbuilt?
No. The first smoker I learned how to cook on was from New Holland. That was a reverse offset. I was doing the KCBS championship barbecues with a buddy of mine. And then from that, I went over to the Weber Smoky Mountain 22-inch, which is, it's got the water pan, but if you pull the water pan out, then it becomes a direct fire cooker or a barrel cooker. And then from that, I went over to the Komodo style, and finally to that Camp Chef that I got back there, the XXL Vertical Pro Smoker. But I'm in some, people tend to know this, I'm in some raffles right now for an offset and possibly for a Rectech.
Rectech, in my opinion, has been the best pellet smoker I ever used. It holds that temp right on the freaking dot. I'll give it that. That's why I used a Rectech controller on that. When they were selling Rectech controllers, you can buy replacement controllers. Now you can't buy them. They got smart. But I bought another controller and put it on that back there because they hold temp so good. But I've always used deadgum charcoal and stick burners when I was growing up, cheap ones, and then I got away from that. Started using some Webers here and there. Then went out of town working a lot, just did a lot of charcoal grill, and then I got back in town, and that's when I bought my first pellet smoker. It was in 2017. I bought a Pit Boss Austin XL, and at the time I thought it was doing damn good, but then I went to 1701 barbecue one day and tasted some brisket, and I was like, man, I put better brisket out than this shit on my pellet smokers. Then that inspired me, not to knock them and shit. It was decent brisket for a restaurant, but that inspired me to get back into the stick burner. I was like, I can do better.
I always wanted my own stick burner. So when that raffle came about, that was a 30 by 60 offset. It really sparked my interest, and it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid in the sense that it's a vertical front cabinet rather than the big door like you have. but at the same point, it's cylindrical. So it's a hybrid. You've got the doors on the front, but it's rounded. It's a 30-inch pipe by 60 inches in length.
Damn. Let me
So
tend
we'll
to
see
this
how that
fire.
goes. It's on a trailer. So for me to take delivery of that, it'll be a little bit easier for me to travel around. I hope I win both too. I need both. That'll drive my wife absolutely up the wall when I have one smoker in the driveway and another one on the deck. Little by little, I'm occupying all the space, almost like building a wall of different cookers going around. I've got the room for it. She just doesn't like that I'm taking up the room with all of them.
There we go. Now we'll get some heat. Get that temp up, finished, and pork steaks out. So what do they do over at Dickie's Barbecue? I know they use like a old hickory type smoker. I ate Dickie's Barbecue one time, and now I won't ever eat that shit again. It's horrible.
Guess that right.
It was, even for fast food barbecue. So they got some barbecue joints down here called Tony's Barbecue, and it's production barbecue. It ain't great. Some things are better than others. Chicken's okay. The turkey breast is okay. Brisket and ribs are freaking horrible. No meat on them, on the ribs. But you can get a good chopped beef sandwich or something like that. Pour a bunch of sauce on it. Camp Chef Woodwind Pro. Yeah, Al Lunacy's got one. You're right there, Ted. This is my happy place right here when I cook on my stick burner. It's all about the challenge of managing the fire and figuring out new things. You learn something new just about every time you use the son of a gun. My fire management is ever evolving. I've got 3 smokers. Load of smokers. Billy Sims. I never heard of Billy Sims. You heard of Billy Sims?
No.
I will agree with you on that, Ted. Rudy's is decent. They're decent for production barbecue. They've actually got a pretty damn good smoked prime rib. I'll give them that.
Rudy's like the one that's at the gas station?
Mm-hmm. The first time I had
Really?
Rudy's was in Oklahoma, and I didn't go in there expecting to get my socks knocked off, but I went ahead and I got the smoked prime rib, and that dude cut it. He looked at me. He said, "You want me to sear this?" And he had a fire back there, and I was like, "Hell yeah!" And he seared it off on each side. It was pretty damn good for restaurant prime rib, and it was smoked.
Rudy's has that pit, which is what's so nice. They have the one where it's the old school type of pit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of Rudy's. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah, I heard Bucky's has got decent barbecue. I hadn't tried their barbecue. Wind's picking up. Damn kids yelling. Billy Sims Barbecue, Kansas and Oklahoma. I didn't ever see one when I was working in Oklahoma, but I was down there in Chickasha. I haven't read Big Bob's book, Myron Mixon and Rodney Scott. I ain't read none of their books, but I have watched some of their videos. I like some of the stuff Rodney Scott does with Whole Hog. That's pretty cool. But I'm not much on Myron Mixon and Big Bob because they're competition centric how they do their barbecue. Everything's real sweet and just it's too much in my opinion. Rudy's in El Paso. What are you dogs doing? I ain't never been to El Paso. Rudy's is better than Bucky's. You might piss some people off with that one. You know, them Texans are about Buc-ee's.
Still never made it to a Buc-ee's.
Freaking awesome. That's an awesome store. All right, we're up 250 now. I had to tighten my fire up, get that heat up. I started out, I didn't burn no real big coal bed down. That's the struggle you get into about an hour in a fire. Once you, or an hour and a half in a fire. And once you, if you don't burn your big coal bed to start out with, you'll be fighting it later. And that's where I'm at. But I've got it going right now. But it ain't hurt nothing. They put some real good cold smoke on them pork steaks. Buc-ee's has got cleaner restrooms. Well, yeah, they do. Buc-ee's is freaking amazing. That store's got every damn thing you can think of in there. I can't go into Buc-ee's without trying not to spend over $100 freaking buying all kind of crap.
Is it true that they have showers in there for the truckers?
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
There's actually a lot of them. So you got the Flying J and the Pilot down here. They've got showers in them for the truckers too. Skylight Inn in North Carolina. Yeah, whole hog is definitely a different flavor profile. I'm gonna do a suckling pig on this 250 gallon. I thought about doing a whole hog, but I ain't got enough people to eat all that crap. I don't want to waste it. Good coolers. As long as the beer's cold. Y'all ain't got much of nothing out there in Ohio, huh, Troy? I heard food around there kind of sucks too. I had a friend working up there for a while. He even said the Skyline chili wasn't no good, but I ain't gonna badmouth y'all's chili like that. But that's just what he said. Ow, what's up? I'm trying out some of you rub on a pork steak here in a minute. I'm gonna try it as soon as it gets done on live. If y'all ain't bought none of this, get you some of Al Lunas's Baca rub. This shit's good. And if you want to hop on, Al, you can. If not, understand. Oh, you're in Chicago. I like a vinegar cut sauce. I like taking that vinegar cut sauce and using it in my rib wrap. I like to hit it with my ribs with a sweet glaze about an hour before I wrap, and then wrap them with a vinegar heavy sauce. So yeah, you talking about that Wagyu cow? I thought they did a whole cow. He just did a whole hog. I think on that birch barrel cooker is what he used to cook a whole hog on, or suckling pig. Cincinnati chili. So the disclaimer on HEB is if you got a super HEB, they're badass. A regular HEB they suck. Make a long story short, the meat selection's not great. Oh no, that Baca rub is some damn good shit. I'm excited to try that here in a minute. I will second that. I went and tried some barbecue over in Salina, Kansas back in 2013. I was working out in Bushton, Kansas, and I got a wild hair up my butt and wanted to go storm chasing, which I didn't see nothing but a small tornado that day. But I'm trying to think of what the name of that place was in Salina that I ran into. And the steak was good, but the barbecue was horrible. It sucked. Oh, that's the one he did on the birch barrel cooker, I bet. That cow and that whole hog. I remember seeing it. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the thumbnail. It varies, Ted. So, like my Brookshire brother over here, to my opinion, has got the best cuts of pork chops and pork steaks. Beef is mediocre. Chicken's chicken. But that's pretty much all they got going on for them. A regular HEB has got some decent steaks, okay pork, and chicken is chicken. And every now and again, I have some pork belly and some brisket, but not very often. But I don't know. They're a toss up. Any given day, one might have something the other doesn't have. But a super HEB's got everything. You can go in there and get all kind of fish, all kind of stuff. I'm about to try it on some poke. Beef's next. Oh, a grill from South America. So it wasn't a birch barrel cooker. I seen it was something hanging on like some kind of tripod or something. Smoking some mutton? I don't know. I ain't seen nobody smoke one. I gotta go grab a beer. Keep them entertained for a minute.
Oh, of course. No, I'll go through some of these messages here. So I still have not had a chance to have Al Lunacy's vodka rub. I think I have 5 more months of my subscription with him till I get my bottle. Let's see what else we got here. Did the hog on the same grill from South America. Can't remember the name of it, but it's pretty cool to watch. That was the one that was just raffled or auctioned off last week. I know exactly what you're talking about. It looked like it was all made of copper. Mutton. I don't know if mutton is goat or sheep. I think mutton is sheep because their mutton chops are lamb chops. Mutton is horrible. Why is mutton horrible? Sal, come on, Sal. Now I gotta know why. Why is the senior sheep so bad? I'm grabbing a beer, but that doesn't mean much because the refrigerator's right behind me. Sal, share with us, why is the mutton so bad? I would think that if you smoked it for a while, it'd be delicious. Just about anything that you do low and slow comes out good. Just have to give the muscle enough time for it to relax. Let's see. It's got a bad taste. I am not a fan. Are you a normal lamb fan? Do you like lamb chops or leg of lamb, or do you just find lamb in general to be a little bit too gamey and greasy for you? Oh, Troy's got it. The Odin Pro Open Fire Argentinian wooden charcoal grill is a grill use. That is 100% correct. So Sal says the reason why mutton is horrible and has a bad taste is because he's afraid that if he puts it in his cooker, it'll give whatever else he cooks a bad taste. So maybe what you need to do, the same way that I hear people when they put seafood, they put fish inside their smoker, that they're afraid that everything else is going to have that fishy flavor. You might have to use tin foil or something else, or burn the smoker out after you're done with whatever you're cooking, like in this case, the mutton.
So pro tip on cooking fish on your smoker.
Yep.
Cook it on your smoker right before you're ready to clean it out. Cook it on your smoker right before you're ready to clean it out. And then you go in there and you scrape everything out the bottom of it. Hydroblast. Pressure wash the inside of it and then burn the fuck out of it when you get done and re-season it, and that fish smell won't be in there.
So would you do the same thing then with something like lamb, where it has that gamey flavor and the greasiness to it?
So I've smoked lamb on my smoker, and I didn't catch no residual effects of the of afterwards. I mean, it was just like smoking anywhere else. Now, disclaimer: I'm not a big fan of lamb. I don't care for lamb. To me, it's too gamey. I've done it a few times. I've done rack and lamb. I've had lamb gyros. There's just a taste in lamb that just I can't deal with it, man. Yeah, I'm not a fan of lamb at all. But they say if you marinate it right and all that, it tastes good. But if I got to marinate a piece of damn meat to make it taste good, I ain't cooking the shit. Texas. Smoke raccoon. Have you really ever eaten raccoon before, Ted? No, I tried it when I was young, about a sophomore in high school. That's some greasy shit. It wasn't too bad, but it ain't something I go out of my way to try again. Al's still on the chat. I think you can get it through Al Lunacy's website, or maybe message him directly, and he could point you in the right direction for that vodka rub. But it's legit, no doubt. I'm not much on commercial made rubs. I don't really buy commercial made rubs at all. About the only thing I buy is seasonal salt, garlic powder, onion powder, 16 mesh black pepper, and every now and again I'll buy something Bondler Fiesta seasoning. I've tasted meat. I've tasted all the big dogs. I ain't gonna mention a bunch of names on here, but what Al's got right here kicks all their asses, hands down. I'm telling you, stuff's good. I'll definitely incorporate that into my barbecue arsenal, and it's to help a friend out too. And I'm not just saying that because I know how, but he did a good job on that. It's very good. Lamb cooked right. I don't know. Maybe I ain't never cooked lamb right. When I cooked it, I did it medium rare, and it just I didn't care for it. It was gamey.
Oh, is that Trumpet? I know what he's looking for. He wants to see me with the where is it here? A Paul Lander and the Stein. He was asking me about this last night, whether or not I got my Stein, which I have, and my Paul Lander to go in the big Stein.
Oh. So I can't say that I've really ever eaten straight up mutton before, so I can't judge it. But I know that's real big in Kentucky. Yeah, mutton is real big in Kentucky. I see what Kevin put there. Yeah, they swear by it in Kentucky. But then people think Kansas City's got better barbecue than Texas too, so I leave it at that. Troy. Yeah. So I've done a rack of lamb and I've done leg of lamb, and I didn't care for neither one of those. Now goat's decent in my, it's decent eating. It's not bad as long as you get one that's not an old Billy goat. Freaking stinks. Sometimes the deal with goat and the same way with lamb is it tastes the way it smells. If that makes any sense. Yeah, goat's good. I've had barbecue cabrito. I've never ate possum before. I can't bring myself to eat possum. I have ate raccoon, and I agree with you. It is stringy and greasy. You know what's actually pretty good eating? That's soft shell turtle and snapping turtle. That's good eating. Yeah, a lot of people don't like to admit it, but Texas is probably the best barbecue out there. But everybody's got their own taste and their own opinion on it and grew up in a certain area. Barbecue's a little different right here in Southeast Texas than it is over in Central Texas. Central Texas, they swear by post oak. Post oak's the only wood you can use. If you're not using post oak, it ain't real Texas barbecue. And I personally use post oak, and I could give a damn less about ever using it again. Red oak puts out way more flavor than post oak does. It's just that post oak is pretty much dummy proof. You really can't over smoke nothing with it unless you're burning real green wood. 16-ounce ribeye. Hell yeah. I've been eating a lot of ribeye here lately. God damn, fucking June bug hit me in the throat. Hey, I like mustard barbecue sauce too. Now look, I love Texas barbecue, but I like trying other area stuff, and some areas got good stuff that Texas doesn't do. But no doubt about that. I like that Carolina style pork. It's good. Love lamb. Mary's pissed. Damn, we're getting a lot of comments tonight. Yep, P Digits. It's been a minute since he's been in the chat. Yeah, turtle's good. I caught a snapping turtle in the creek one time. Not one of the big dinosaurs, but probably about like that. And my grandpa was like, "We're gonna eat it," and I was like, "What?" We brought it home and we skinned it out, slaughtered it, and put it on the barbecue pit like chicken and glazed it with barbecue sauce. And it was better than what frog legs would taste like if you had to put a taste to it. Joe's Barbecue. So I think Mad Scientist and Joe Yim and all them did a tour of all the top barbecue joints in Kansas City. And just by looking at the pictures on all of it, I wasn't impressed by none of it. Little skimpy, skinny ass ribs with no meat on them. I'm gonna eat a daggone pork rib. I want me a full spare rib that's got some meat on it. Expansion. Yeah, man, college football is getting crazy. There's no such thing as regional college football no more. Yeah, old stale cracker cooked that turtle up. Ain't no doubt. Oh, S.J. Cooks is asking you about your Jameson. Alabama white sauce? I've never tried Alabama white sauce. I don't know what that tastes like. I seen some at Academy the other day. They were selling bottled Alabama white sauce in the grill and smoker section. I've never tried it. I just can't get over barbecue sauce being white, man. But everybody says it's good. Ninja Turtle fan as a kid. I was a poor country boy. We fucking ate what we can get. I'm gonna do a rabbit video one day too. Nope, there's the link for Al's Rub. If anybody wants Al's Rub, I'll leave that link up there for a minute. Memphis style dry rib. I like Memphis style seasoning, and I need to do a video on Memphis style dry ribs. That'd be good. Alabama white sauce is good. I can hear my fire roaring. All right, we're at 325. Let me look and see what these looking like. They ought to be crisp now.
So, question came up. What's the Jameson behind me? This Jameson is the 12-year-old Special Reserve. I don't think it's anything special, but that's what somebody asked. What was the Jameson behind me? There's some other Jameson here. Yeah, I got those are just normal triple distilled and regular Jameson. There's 3 bottles of Jameson back there. Let's see what other questions came up. What? That's Ram. Correct. That is correct.
Damn, maybe that's too bright now. I'm gonna turn one of them lights back off. There, I can deal with that. Just trying to illuminate the smoker back there, but oh, there's Al. Dang, Al, how long was you back there? My bad.
No problem, man. What's going on, guys?
I'm about to try your vodka rub on a pork steak here in about 10 minutes when it finishes out.
Okay. If you got some seasonal, I'm not too sure what your salt tolerance is, but I do make vodka rub with what's that Diamond Crystal kosher salt. So you won't be able to taste it as pungent as table salt.
From what I can taste out of this bottle you gave me right there, that's a good salt level right there. I seasoned the shit out of that pork steak.
Okay.
Then, but my salt tolerance is probably above average.
All right, yeah. I think SJ Cooks, Sal, hit it on the nail. I mix it with seasonal Laurie's on my pork steaks, and I really like them on pork steaks, man. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Troy's
I
jamming, creeping death.
Yeah, I didn't mix nothing with it. I just tried it in its entirety to see what it tastes like on meat.
Yeah,
it tastes amazing out of the bottle.
Thank you. You can take it from there. You can probably say, yeah, I think I'd like to add this to it. I think Simon mixed it with some SPG, and somebody else was telling me they mixed it with something else.
I started to add some extra pepper and salt to it, but like I said, the first time trying it, I just want to try it in its entirety, see what it tastes like with the smoke flavor. But I'm definitely gonna put it on some beef ribs.
Vaca rub is my wife's favorite on pork steaks and chops. Yeah, it definitely does good on chops and pork steaks.
Right now, I got my fire up to about 370. I'm trying to crisp that fat up a little bit, and I'm gonna pull them off.
Man, you're gonna get me hungry. Slow smoke
to start out with.
So, how was your work week, man? Guys?
Typical work week. A headache as usual.
Yeah. How about you, Dave?
I was off on Wednesday and Thursday, so today is like a Monday to me. I go Monday through Thursday of next week, and then I'll be off Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
I'm working a 980 schedule. I work 5 days one week and 4 days the next. This is my Friday off. Nice. My job pretty much entails me crunching numbers, estimating, planning, bids. And sometimes I give you too much stuff to do at one time and rack your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't get paid for my back no more. I get paid for the neck up.
Damn it.
Al, didn't you launch a new website? Is it Al Lunacy LLC or Al Lunacy BBQ LLC?
It's allunacyqueuing.com.
Queuing.com, that's what it is. And that's where people would be able to get the vodka rub, correct?
Yeah, but if somebody's going to do that, I was trying to fix the payment section of the checkout. So if anybody's going to do that, please let me know if they were able to check out, because the only link that was working to check out was the combo rub where you order squash bark with vodka rub, and that was accepting payments. All the others, for some reason, it wasn't working, and I did move around some settings. Hopefully, I got it to work, but I haven't tried it yet.
Who do you have your website through? Did you start your own website, or are you going through a company on that, or what?
I bought my own name. It's real cheap to buy your own name. I think I bought it for 3 years or 5 years, and then Equid. You can go with Equid, and they give you up to 10 products free, and you can and they it's pretty much they have templates, and you just put in your graphics, and then you can choose your payments, your payment form. You enter your bank information. That's about it, man.
Sounds simple.
But for me, I'm not pushing the rub too much, because it takes time to pack it and all that, and I don't have that much time. I'm trying to get the YouTube a little bit bigger as far as the channel growing, and then when I retire, then
right now, man.
And then when I retire, I'll kind of hit it. But actually, the website was just set up so I can have some costs to defer, like for the LLC, saying I'm not. In other words, I don't care to sell on purpose. That way, I can claim loss.
Mm-hmm.
Get what I mean? Hear you. Yep. Yep. If you don't claim some kind of loss, you're gonna get railed in taxes.
Yeah.
I didn't when I monetized. I didn't do a LLC. I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna wait till I grow my channel a little bit bigger and get some products and some stuff going. Right now, I don't have time nor the funds to really get deep down into all that stuff yet. So I'm gonna put it all on hold. But I do plan on doing it eventually.
So what I went through, the category was internet publishing for the LLC. So I'm not really selling a product. It's just more for entertainment. So when I took my trip, the vacation, I claimed all the hotels, the meals, the gas. So it's a family vacation, but I did some filming. So all that's gonna be a loss for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to watch your new video that you put out on the barbecue joint. I saw that today when I was at work, but I need some time to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, it was a great place, man. Rich, the owner, was really good to us.
So what was your favorite item that you had at that barbecue joint?
Honestly, I don't eat turkey because I don't. It's just too dry, and the turkey blew me away. It fucking blew me away. I've never eaten turkey that good. It's, I guess, because when the brisket's gonna be good because it's on the top 50. You know the ribs. That's why they're on the top 50. And when you don't like turkey and you don't have much expectations for it, and then you taste it and it's like something you've never had before. You're like, wow. So that was the most surprising,
Right. We were actually discussing earlier turkey breast versus chicken breast, and Mike was mentioning he cooks his chicken breast same way that he makes the turkey breast, and how he still prefers to have the dark meat like the thighs versus any of those other type of white meat products.
Yeah.
Like, I know you said that you don't like the turkey breast. Typically, it's dry. But what about when it comes to chicken thighs instead of a turkey breast or a chicken breast? Are you a thigh guy? Do you like the dark meat?
I like both, but with chicken, I do like chicken breast.
You do?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I guess because in turkey, it's so much bigger, the breast. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in chicken, I do like. I prefer. I have no preference. I can eat both, but because I'm a big eater, I like to order at least one piece that's a chicken breast. Because some of these thighs and drumsticks, they're on chicken. You never know what you're gonna get when you order fried chicken. They might be real small, so I always order a chicken breast just to make sure I fill up.
Yeah. That's why I like smoking my own turkey, man. I won't dry it out. You got to hit that temp perfect on that turkey to keep it from drying out. If you go over 2 or 3 degrees on over 160, then that turkey gets freaking dry as soon as you cut it. You got to pull it like 3 or 4 degrees before it hits internal temp to carry it over. And really, what actually helps it out, which most of the turkey breasts that you buy in the store is already, pre-brine. But if it ain't, putting a good brine on it really helps it out a lot too.
Yeah. Let me grab another one, guys.
Let this pork steak cool off a minute.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how it tastes. And did you put the seasoning on yet?
Oh yeah, I put that on before.
Oh, you did? Oh, good.
Yeah, I got that back crisped up on the outside like I like it. I like to start that pork steak off real slow, about 200 for about 30, 45 minutes, and crank that heat up to about 325 and let it rip.
You gonna show it off on camera?
Yeah, it's a little hot right now, even with gloves on. And I was waiting on Al to sit back down.
All right.
Oh my
it is.
goodness.
That's with the vodka rub.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna give you a little bit more presentation side because my grates are dirty, but it looked like I seared it.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Let me grab
Wow.
my pocket knife out my pocket. Cut me a piece of this off. I don't know if you can see how juicy that is on camera. I want to drip none of it on my computer. But here we go. That fat's real crisp up right there. That's what I'm gonna bite it off of.
Thank you, Kevin.
That's good. If I could change one thing about it, like you said, Al, I should have added some salt to it. But the flavor's there. It just needs a little bit more salt. But it's damn good.
You can finish it. You can finish it off with salt, and like once before you cut it. Sometimes I'll even put seasonal right before I cut it, but it doesn't need too much. Just a light presence of it, and you'll see, man, it's the best thing on pork steaks.
What I can't get over is how savory this rub is, Al. It's savory. That's what I like about it.
Appreciate it.
All right. I got to get some. I'm going to go on the site, get the squash rub, and get that rub. Enough is enough.
No,
Let me know. Let me know if you're able to do that, Dave.
Yeah.
If not, try the Esty. I don't have squash bark on Esty yet, but
all right. So I got a little piece with more seasoning on it right there. That was badass.
Excuse me.
That was badass.
Oh, you guys are
Could
killing
have
me.
went heavier than what I did, but I went a little heavier in some spots than others.
Yeah, you can go heavy
Then with
on
the
it,
heavy
dude.
rub on it, no, that's legit.
Yeah, you can go heavy on it.
Motherfucker. Damn, Al. You got something right there, dude. That's special, man, for real. You're gonna blow up with this rub. Gotta put all them other guys to shame, man. They sell rub. You can't get a rub that good in the freaking store, dude. I'm telling you. Holy fuck.
You gonna give your boys some?
Huh? I'm waiting on my old lady to come out here and pick it up. I got some wrapped up. So I like I said, I'm trying to get rid of some of my commercial rubs. I seasoned the other pork steaks, which I want to try one of them too, with some Bondler's Fiesta Deluxe hamburger steak seasoning.
Oh wow!
I mean hamburger seasoning, that extra fancy hamburger seasoning. I hit some of them with that. See what it come out like. Try a little piece of it. Have you tried that Bondler's extra fancy hamburger deluxe seasoning?
I haven't.
It's legit on hamburgers. I'll give it that. It's very good. Kind of like that Uncle Chris's gourmet steak seasoning.
Oh yeah. I like Uncle Chris's.
It's okay on pork. It ain't knock your socks off. It is salty, but it's better on beef. Vodka rub's better.
Thank you.
That's way better. Take my barbecue gloves off now. Some mighty fine eating now. I wish you could taste it through the screen.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. For some reason, for some reason, I ended up liking it more on pork steaks than anything else.
It'd be badass on chicken too.
Yeah, Troy was telling me that he made chicken drumsticks with chicken, and he said I think his niece commented that's the best chicken I've ever eaten. Is it letting you, Dave?
Comments.
Yeah, I'm let's see, I'm loading it up right there.
Kevin
Getting
bought 2
to it.
bottles.
Squash bar combo rub pack, $12.99 in stock. Add to bag. Go to checkout. Got to put in my email address.
Kevin Will got 2 bottles from you, Al.
Oh, great.
Trying to catch up on these comments. Terry got a camp this weekend. Yeah, Madwood had Terry had surgery today. Hope that he recovers better than ever. He said he ordered it off Etsy.
Yeah, that was the first site I've had it on.
10-4.
Yeah, the squash bark is it's not finalized, so just keep that in mind, Dave, if you order it. the vodka rub pretty much is.
I got to go upstairs to get a credit card. I thought I could do this through PayPal. No PayPal on here yet.
No, Quinn, I ain't never ordered a sous vide. Yeah, hamburger season is amazing on hamburgers. Kevin said he'll have his vodka in a few days. Hey, if I could share this with you guys through the screen, I sure as hell would. But sorry, guys, it's good. I gotta eat it.
I'll be right back. I got to grab a credit card.
10-4. So I seen your video the other day, Al. Where was you went and ate down there in South Texas? What was the name of that place? Barbecue joint.
You're talking about the Desert Oak?
Yeah, Desert Oak. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, they treated me pretty good. The owner was out and about, and his manager said, "Hey, Al Lunacy's here." I didn't even know they knew who I was. He's like, and he came back to the store just to give me to the restaurant just to give me a tour. That was fucking cool.
What kind of smokers they rocking back there?
He has 4 smokers. They're all 1,000 gallons. But only one I think is like a bigger name, which is Austin Smokeworks. The other ones I didn't ask. We just walked up to the Austin Smokeworks one. But I don't know if you saw in the vid Austin Smokeworks. I don't know if you saw. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the amount of wood that was on that smoker, and it was still rocking at 250, man.
Hey, 1,000-gallon smoker, you got to burn some wood to get that up.
Yeah.
So my smoker in the wintertime, in the summertime, I can get away with burning about 2 or 3 logs at the same time. In the wintertime, I got to burn about 4 to 5 logs. So, I mean, that's a 250-gallon smoker right there. You got to burn about 12 pieces in the wintertime to power a 1,000-gallon smoker. They'll eat some wood up.
Yeah.
Yep, they'll burn some wood up. I'm gonna build a 1,000-gallon one of these days. Put it on a trailer. One day, I'm gonna get a food trailer. Sell
That'd be
barbecue out of a food
badass.
trailer. What I want to do. Well, I
You
started
seen?
this YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Have you seen Rick? He started up his food trailer again.
Did he?
Yeah, Rick
I ain't
started
seen nothing
selling
from
again.
Rick in a long time.
Well, because he's busy with the trailer, he's posted on Facebook that he started selling again.
My old lady's walking up. I'm gonna get her to try this. So I want you to try this. This is that rub. You ain't got to do it on camera. Just stand right there. She don't like me on camera.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good. Carmen approved.
Cheers.
I've got the guy on here. I got the rub from.
There's Lone Star.
He's been over here begging. I ain't giving you none of my pork steak. Go on, dude.
I was wondering where he was.
I ain't giving none of y'all my pork steak. Y'all lost your damn mind. Normally, what I do for my dogs, and I'm trimming down spare ribs, or if I got any trimmings I'm not going to use for sausage, I'll smoke them off closer to the firebox and get them done. And I'll give the dogs those scraps, excess meat, bones, and stuff that I don't use for sausage. So they all sitting out here begging.
Oh, it went through. No problem. The combo, one of each, went through.
Okay. Let me see if it notified me. Yeah, it did. Let me see here. Awesome.
Hell yeah. I'm going to buy some more too. I'm going to buy the
Appreciate
saltier version next time. Well, pal, that's all that's left, man. I done demolished it.
Oh my goodness. I am
It's a little bit right here.
jealous. I'm hungry and I'm jealous. Everybody's finding out what this thing tastes like except for me. It's
I'm
coming.
I'm picking the meat off the bone too.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. It's all gone. Honest review, 9.5 out of 10.
Mm.
Damn it.
Next time, though, the one with the salt in it's going to be the go-to. That's better than any deadgum fucking meat church or chud rub or whatever. Better than any of that shit, in my opinion.
Oh, damn. I don't know about that, but I appreciate your kind words.
Well, I'm being serious.
What?
I've done tried all that stuff. Suckle Busters, Honey Hog Waller. They all
What's the
taste the same
flavor?
with just a little bit of tweak here and there. That right there
Dre,
had depths of flavor and layers of flavor in it. That was good.
Dre the Dream saying, what's the flavor profile of the rub? It's a Tex-Mex rub, Dre. I am from South Texas, so you're going to see some oregano in there. I don't know if you see the oregano.
Yeah, I was trying to put my finger on what that was. I didn't know if it was oregano or if it was a little bit of sage.
Yeah, it's oregano and it's coriander. It's actually cilantro.
Coriander, cilantro. Yeah, I was picking up the sweet. I could tell there was brown sugar in it.
Oh, there's brown sugar in it. Yeah, there's brown sugar, the diamond kosher. Yeah. I don't know.
Brown sugar.
Can you put it close to the camera to see if they can tell the granules in there? There you go. Yeah. So you see that, Dre? Yeah.
You see the black pepper in it. You see the oregano flakes in it. Chili powder, the cumin.
Chili powder. Yeah. Cumin. Yeah. There's cumin in there.
I could taste the cumin.
Yeah, you can.
And it's got little clumps of brown sugar in it. You can see that when you're spreading it out. 16 mesh black pepper. Probably got a little bit of red pepper in it too, huh?
Yes, it does.
Some chili powder. I taste that in it too. Mm-hmm. Good shit.
Kevin was just asking for the website, so I sent the link over.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice blend. It's a very I like trying stuff that's different, and that's different, but it's different and it's good. That's a big time change up from just seasonal salt and black pepper. My first initial thought of it was it tasted like chupacabra brisket magic multiplied by 10.
Mm.
If I want to
But
change
I
up
think-
on brisket, I'll use that stuff.
But I think it takes a different flavor profile once you taste it on the meat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, taste it on the meat, most definitely. But it's good. Like I said, the thing that stuck out to it the most for me is the savory kicks you your taste buds right there up front, and then the heat finishes it off. Like
Yeah,
my
there's some
mouth's on
heat.
fire right now, but in a good way. It's good.
Yeah, that's some South Texas heat there, but
Mm-hmm. Hey, I like heat. I like spicing all my shit up. Every now and again on my brisket, when there ain't a lot of people eating it, I'll hit it first with a little layer of red pepper, and then I'll put fucking ground red pepper, and then I'll put black pepper and seasonal salt on it. Give it a little kick.
This is actually 18 mesh
Mm-hmm.
pepper. So I think sometimes when you get the 16 mesh, sometimes you'll get bits and pieces like you're biting a little pebble or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the difference between 18 mesh and 16 mesh is there's a little bit of difference in it, but
it's 18 to 20.
if I can find 16 mesh, I get it. But coarse ground pepper, that's pretty much 18. Regular coarse ground pepper is 18 mesh.
You're damn right.
Mesh
Exactly.
I mean, it works just as damn good. It don't have to be.
Yeah.
That 1701 puts like 12 mesh on their stuff, 12 and 14 mesh. And sometimes you bite down on a daggum piece of brisket and pop your damn tooth on the kernel.
Yeah, it's like biting a little rock, man.
I've seen Savala's barbecue, and Ted might be able to answer this. It looks like they use some pretty big pepper on their stuff too. Me, that's overkill. Too much pepper can make shit bitter. If it's real robust and fresh ground.
Yeah, I think I'm out of beer, guys, but I gotta head out because I got a commitment. But just wanted to say hi to you guys, and I appreciate the support there, guys. You, Dave, and Mike, and everybody on the chat.
I appreciate you sending this to me, man. I really do. It's good stuff.
No problem.
You did a good job on this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kevin.
No problem.
The other rub is not on there because it's still in its prototype stages. So keep that in mind, Dave. I'm still trying to hone in on the exact flavor profile on the squash bark. But I'll tell you this: it's salt, pepper, garlic with other added spices.
Perfect.
Hell yeah!
All right. Hey man, well, hey, I'll see you guys on the next live, and I appreciate all the support, man. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Al. Take it easy, man. Thanks for coming by. Al Lunacy. If y'all ain't subbed to Al, please give him a sub. He's jam up content creator. He's, in my opinion, I think Al's the next big thing, man. He's got it. He's got a South Texas nostalgia to him, and yeah, he's gonna do good. He's getting bigger. He's got over 2,000 subs now. It's only a matter of time before he blows up.
Yep. Al's a great guy.
Mm-hmm. Ant's barbecue cookout blew up. Al's next. He's going around doing them food reviews and doing all that stuff. That's the formula to your YouTube channel getting big. Can one of my moderators drop Al's link in for his YouTube channel, please? I can't do it on StreamYard. Dang, I wonder why my lights ain't lighting up my smoker like they used to. I wonder what I'm doing wrong here. I just don't show up good on this camera. The next time I live stream, I'm going to use my Sony ZV-1. and the video quality would probably be better. I want to shoot a deadgum live video. Stay on for like 12 hours on a long cook. Smoking some briskets or something. When it gets cooler, not right now.
What about putting some of those solar powered lights that are out there, the solar powered spotlights or the landscaping lights somewhere around your smoker?
Mm-hmm. I just don't keep nothing out here on the ground. I put everything up because I got some dogs that like to chew crap up, and right now I got a horse in here because the grass is scarce, so I'm letting them have all the pastures right now, going around and eating. And horses are like kids; they get into shit, tear stuff up, and step on stuff, and they're curious. So I don't, I thought about putting some floodlights right up here off my barn. What's actually right here behind the computer screen is the side of my white barn right here. And I thought about putting some stuff off of it, some lights that are up high to shine down on us. But there's some stuff I got to do when I get time to do it. Normally, I used to have some lights right over there, some lights right over there, but I left my lights out one night, and my horses got curious and knocked them over and stepped on her and tore one of the lights up. So I was like, damn it. I got drunk that night on the live.
Yeah, that's more than a curious horse. That's a horse with resentment. That's a horse that really doesn't like you too much.
They only like you at feeding time, man.
That's it.
But no, they're like big kids. They get into everything. That's all they are, big dogs. But yeah. My daggum smoker's still smoking. I need to open that firebox door up and let that wood burn out. I don't want no coals to get out right now because that grass will go up in flames pretty quick. Step on it right now and it's crunchy.
So if you open up the doors to the smoker along with the door that you have to the firebox, won't it burn through a little bit quicker without ruining your thermometers?
Are you talking about my doors on my smoker?
Yeah, you open up the doors to the smoker along with the door that you have to the firebox. That way the heat can get out and you're not overheating the thermometers.
So if I did that, it would actually take longer for that fire to burn out because the way that the offset smoker works, it runs off draft. So the fire will burn out quicker with the doors closed. What I got in there right now, it'll never see 400 degrees. Now, when I first burnt this thing out, I pegged the thermometers out on it after I built it, and I had to put about 8 pieces of wood on there to achieve that. So the hottest I've really ever got it since I burned it out is about 450.
And what are your thermometers rated at? How high can they go? 600?
They are 550, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look.
Okay.
No, they're only 500. Yeah, I pegged them out one time, and I took them out the next day and checked them with some ice water, and they were still good. And right when I first bought them, but I've never.
What do you have?
Back
Are they River Country? Are they Teltrues? What do you have on there?
No, they're Teltrues.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, I Teltrues is my number one, and then if I had to put a number two, there's this company called Midwest Earth with an H, and they're pretty good thermometers. I've actually got 2 of them in there that I'll use when these go out, if they ever do go out and get inaccurate. But on a pit that big, those right there are just a guideline. So I ain't never put meat probes on it and checked it in spots or temp probes. But I can tell you right now, the back side of that smoker probably burns about 10 to 15 degrees more than it does by the door, and I could tell that when I put meat on. If I've got a brisket up on that back side of that wall of that smoker, it's finishing up a little bit quicker, and the bark's getting set quicker because it's seeing a little bit more heat right there.
I have Tell-True glow in the darks. I just don't have the smoker to put them on yet.
I looked at those glow in the darks, and I was being a tightwad. I wish I would have got them, but the glow in the darks would have been pretty cool.
Mine have the black face with white numbers and a white needle. So from a distance, you're able to see them. I think that they're either 4-inch or 5-inch size thermometers.
I think those are what I got right there is 3-inch.
Okay.
They're 3-inch. They're 3-inch big around, and they've got 4-inch stems on them.
Wow.
I didn't want to get the stems too long because my stem sticks about maybe an inch above my grate, so I didn't want it too long because then you can't put meat on there. But that stem hitting meat. Yeah, Arnie is a cool channel. Arnie was on Trumpet Masters Live the other day.
Was that just this past Saturday?
Yeah, he come on there and shot the shit with Al and Trumpet. Louie on there.
Yep.
He's pretty cool. I like his videos too. He's a true Texan. He's pretty cool. But nah, I've had cheap thermometers. You might as well spend the money on good thermometers, man. I'm here to tell you from experience, some cheap thermometers get off on you after about 3 or 4 months. You'll think you're running at 250 and you really be running at 450, which I've gotten pretty good about putting my hand on the pit. I could tell, how hot my pit is by putting my hand on it. Just from using it for so long. Freaking, I know when I'm getting too hot and when I'm not. I don't really have to have the thermometers no more. They're just there out of necessity. If I could take my hand and hold it on there for about 4 to 5 seconds, I know I'm running about 250, 225. If I can only hold it on there for about 2 to 3 seconds, then I know I'm about 275, 300, so on and so forth. If that bitch is 450, as soon as you put your hand on it, you're going to take it right back off. That's the beauty about barbecue. When you get, not to brag on myself, but when you get real good at this, you start learning how to do all this stuff by feel. I don't probe pork butts no more. I don't probe briskets no more. Everything I cook is by feel. You can grab it and your fingers start really sinking down into your meat, and you know it's tender and you know it's getting done. There's 2 different ways I do briskets. If I know I'm going to rest the brisket overnight and let it burn down even further, I'll look for a certain firmness. If I'm going to cut it that day, I look for a more softer brisket. Pick it up and feel the part of that flat underneath, and then sit there and kind of bend it a little bit and a wobble. As far as my ribs go, when I get to where I know where I like my ribs, I can wiggle them in the fold, and they're real loose, And about the only thing I really cook to temp is white meat, chicken, turkey breast, and stuff like that, and sausage. I try to be pretty precise with my sausage. I'll use a temp probe for them.
Do you ever just stick them with the temp probe just to see the tenderness from the temp probe? Never mind the temperature.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time before I got real good at actually just feeling with my hands. That's what I did.
Right.
I used a temp probe. If it slid in and out real easy, I knew it was done. All right. But yeah, when you do this long enough, it comes to you naturally. That's how you know when you've turned the corner and you can actually call yourself a pit master, in my opinion.
Is when you just do things by feel. You just know from picking it up, squeezing it. You know what your doneness is.
Do what?
just you know what it is just from the texture, just from giving it a squeeze, the bend. You know exactly where you need to be.
Yep. Yep. And not one piece of meat cooks the same way the other one does. You can have 4 pieces of identical weight briskets on there, and each one of them's going to finish at a different time than the other one will. Most of the time. Just so there's so many inconsistent variables in barbecue, and to put out a good product with those inconsistent variables makes you a pit master, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And the beauty of a stick burner is managing that fire and just and really learning the art of what's going on, figuring out what's worked for you. Everybody's got their own little cliches, and not each one of those is wrong or right. Everyone's got their own way of doing it, and that's the beauty of barbecue. You know, someone says you got to manage a fire this way, someone manages a fire that way. You just figure out which way works for you and roll with it. As long as you're putting out a kick-ass product, it don't matter.
Well, you and some other gentlemen have been influential in trying to talk me into getting an offset, getting a stick burner. And I was completely against the pellet smokers from the start, but I somehow went down that pathway from the thought process of ease of use, being able to leave the house, being able to set it and forget it at night. But then I hear from others that said, why would you go down the pathway of a pellet smoker? You have a Weber Smoky Mountain, or you can go over to, say, like an Oklahoma Joe's Bronco, or another one of the pit barrel types where you've got enough coal and such in there that you're good for 12 hours. Mm-hmm. However, what I found is, say, like, you know, Al with his Woodwind Pro or my Camp Chef XXL, I know that at a certain point I'm going to get very close to the temperature I want to be at. So I can quickly, no matter where I am, decide to dial it back to 150 as a holding temperature. I can't do that if I have a stick burner, and I definitely can't do that if I'm dealing with, like, say, the Weber Smoky Mountain or a pit barrel type of cooker, because that thing's got enough heat, and it's just going to keep cooking. If I'm done in 8 hours, it's got enough heat for 12 hours. It's just going to keep going for the next 4. Yeah. So that's why I decided that I was going with the pellet smoker in the end. That was one of the main reasons.
I mean, everybody knocks pellet smokers. They knock this smoker. They knock that smoker. They got a place in the barbecue world. I own 2 of them. One I built, and then I got a Rectech, and I use them out of convenience because that's what they are. And both of them got Wi-Fi's on the controller, so I can be home on the way home from work one day and decide I want to smoke a brisket or a pork butt overnight, which I don't do brisket on them no more, but just saying hypothetically. And I could turn that thing on the way home. By the time I get home, it's up to temp, and I can just throw whatever's on there, and that's very convenient. But I mean, to each of their own. I mean, everything's got a different flavor profile. The Weber Smoky Mountains got a different flavor profile than the pellet smokers. Probably get a little bit more different smoke flavor, but you get a whole different smoke flavor because it's from charcoal and not from wood. And you know, you can hold your barbecue on a stick burner at 150, but you'll be managing that fire about every 4 hours if you do that. Because that's where I smoke my sausage at, 150, 160. And putting a cold smoke fire on it lasts about a good 3.5, 4 hours. Just that log sitting there smoldering.
Sure.
And it gives you that deep red color in that sausage. That's the secret to getting that deep red color is you cure and letting that deadgum smoke slowly hit that casing and just gradually bringing it up to temp.
You know, what I'm looking at with that Rectech, if I happen to win the raffle, and I don't remember if it's to the BFG 2500, which is their largest consumer-based type of smoker, or if it's the CMG Beast XL, which instead of being 2,500 square inches is closer to 6,000 square inches. It truly is a beast. So whether it's one or the other, I'm back to a pellet smoker, but I'm with a pellet smoker that, from what I understand from people like Lewis, Trumpet Master 77 Barbecue, he speaks so highly about the brand. individuals like yourself, others that have it, talk so highly about it because of the stainless steel, the build that's on there, the PID controller. It kind of makes me want to win that versus the offset, because the offset to me is I hate to say it, I think it's something I want because everybody has it, but in the end, I don't know if I'm going to have the same type of usability of going out there all the time and feeding it with wood. If I'm just putting a brisket on it, 2 or 3 racks of ribs, that's a
Yeah.
lot of heat to put on something that's 250 gallons.
Yeah. So here's where you'll get hung up with the stick burner. Once you finally put out a good product on that stick burner, you will get addicted to the product you put out on there. You'll when you turn out a good rack of ribs or good brisket on there and you taste it, and it is going to blow your mind, and you're going to be like, holy shit, I can never get that on a pellet smoker or any other smoker. That taste that you get off that stick burner, you won't find it nowhere else. That's what did it over for me. That's why I got back into the stick burning, because I can't turn out as good a barbecue on all them other smokers as I can on that one back there. That's where you'll get hung up with it. Now, RecTech is very quality grill. They're built like a tank. They got badass controllers on them. But I tried cold smoking sausage on a RecTech at 150, and you can do it all around it. But where that burn pot is, it gets too hot right there, no matter what it is. And if you put anything over that burn pot, you won't be able to slow smoke it.
But you know the difference between the BFG, which is the commercially available home unit, and the other one that possibly is coming up. You've got a $2,500 unit, and you've got another unit that's like 13,000. It's twice the amount of burn pots. It's twice the amount of pellets. Twice the fans. Everything is truly made for someone who has a commercial business, not a competition. A competition, you take whatever you want. You're making one bite for 6 judges. The other one is made that, you're going to put out 30 briskets, 60 briskets, whatever it is. It's a huge unit.
Yeah, that 2,500 BFG, I looked at them hardcore back when I was selling briskets and stuff on the side, and I was set on buying a BFG until I seen the price tag. And then I thought to myself, you're a fabricator, Mike. You know how to weld. You know how to build your own stuff. Build your own pellet smoker and build one bigger for that price. Now, that BFG won't fit probably about 10 or 12 briskets. But on that one that I made back there, I can probably put about 26, 27 full packer briskets on it.
Wow. That's a
racks.
beast. Wow.
Yep. But it, like I said, the bark does okay on it. But you can get better bark on the stick burner. I prefer natural hog casing all day long on sausage. But yeah, once you put that good product out on that stick burner, you'll see you'll see.
So do you think there's a difference between a traditional offset and a reverse offset with regards to the smoke and the type of flavor and the quality of product?
You get more direct heat flavor on a reverse flow smoker than you get on a traditional smoker, and you'll get less smoke flavor on a reverse flow than you will a traditional smoker, because the heat plate that separates your grate and your heat deflector puts off a radiant heat that cooks your meat faster. And the key to getting smoke into your meat is for it to gradually come up. You put your meats on cold or at room temperature, is to bring it up gradually and not blast it all at one time. And a reverse flow, you're getting radiant heat off of that baffle plate in there that separates the middle of it, and that heat's running underneath it and getting hot. But you also get a direct heat flavor off of that grease too. But if you compare the two side by side, an offset smoke burner will beat it out in terms of smoke flavor all day long. I've never been a fan of reverse flow smokers. I've owned one before, and I didn't like it. Sometimes the draft is not good. It don't have as much airflow, and airflow is the secret to getting kick-ass barbecue, in my opinion.
Interesting.
been using the SNS on the kettle, Weber kettle. I used to. My only knock on Weber kettles is they didn't last me very long. I'd burn the bottom of a Weber kettle out in a few months because I was cooking so much. But I wasn't probably dumping the ashes out as much as I should have been either. So I didn't take care of it. But I do want to make my own version of a Weber kettle out of some like some 3/16 inch 26-inch pipe caps or something and hinge it and make my own version out of it. Something that'll last. I think that'd be cool. That smoker's running at 275. That's where that smoker likes to run at. It say 275 for a while.
So when Dre the Dream had brought up what skin you prefer on making sausage, you prefer natural hog casings versus a cellulose casing or one of the synthetic collagen casings?
Yes, all day long. I like the all natural part just in general, but I like the snap that I get from a natural casing. I've used collagen casings before, and I wasn't a real big fan of them. You can't really twist them on the ends and stuff. It was weird, but I think you get a better product using natural hog casings, in my opinion.
So if you're making snack sticks, what type of casings do you use?
So I'm disclaimer. I've never made snack sticks before because that's kind of in my opinion, that's a labor intensive I've never tried to attempt snack sticks. But if I was going to do that, I'd probably use like some lamb casing or something small.
Interesting. Okay.
But disclaimer, I never made snack sticks before. I know it's a little bit different than making sausage, so I could be wrong.
Have you made bologna or have you made any kielbasa? Anything that's a really wide casing?
No, I hadn't made none of that, and I want to try them out, but I mainly make sausage when it starts getting cold. I don't mess with it this time of the year. Like I said, I got that book, and there's a bunch of recipes in there I'm dying to try out. There's some summer sausage recipes and all that. You know, I've done a lot of research and watched a lot of videos on those, but you know, it looks challenging, but everything looks challenging until you try it out. So it may be something I embark on one day. I've yet to make boudin yet either. That's been on my to-do list forever.
I still have some collagen casing left. I have a lot of collagen casing left. I also have natural hog casing. This is packed in salt. I got a lot of casing. I have enough casing here to make several tons of sausage, and that's exactly what I have coming up this week. I plan upon making somewhere in the range of about 50 pounds of hot dogs.
Yeah. I ain't done hot dogs yet either. I do want to do that. I'm going to stand back here by my smoker for Mr. Alex right quick. So I'm about 5'11". I'm a tall guy, so I made this smoker tall. That's probably about 5'2", 5'3" right there. I probably did make it just a little bit too tall, even for me, but it is what it is. I might come back later and weld some more bracing around it. Probably take about 3 or 4 inches off of it. But it's borderline just a little bit too tall, even for me, but I'll make it work. I kind of had a little bit of a gaffe when I was building that thing, and I had it come along down. Or no, I had my forks underneath my tractor picking it up and barely sitting on the legs and not sitting down on the legs as far as it was supposed to. They should have been a little bit higher up. And I set them down there, and I thought I was down all the way on my forks on my tractor when I welded those on, and I wasn't. So they should have went down on them legs just a little bit, maybe an inch and a half more. And I I wasn't paying attention, and I done welded them out. So, and I was thinking, man, I got a dead gum 1/4 inch gap in all this shit, but whatever, I'll fill it. Maybe I messed up on the fabrication part, but I didn't. And then when I went to set it down off the forks that it was on, I realized that it wasn't setting down all the way. I was like, damn it. But I let it ride at that time because it didn't mess nothing up. Yeah, after you open casings, casings are supposed to be refrigerated, if I'm not mistaken. Especially after you
If
open them.
they are natural casings that are packed in salt, after you wash them out, then and whatever you have left over, say you're doing, I don't know, you're doing 20 pounds on Friday and 20 pounds on Saturday. Yeah, you want to take them in the water and stick them back in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Yeah, I always, even after I use my casings and wash them out and I put them back in there with the other casings, I'll pour more kosher salt in there and pack them down even more just to be on the
Okay.
safe side. So you 6 foot tall? That'd be about right for you then. 6 foot tall. And also take into account, I've actually got it sitting on some 2-inch blocks too to keep the frame out of the dirt and rotting out. So that's why it's so tall. It's sitting on some concrete pads that are 2 inches thick. I did have it sitting on the ground and it just kept sinking and sinking and sinking, and I didn't want to rot the frame of it out. All the ones I ever bought, Kent, they were already refrigerated, so I ain't never really took time to read on the package. You may not have to refrigerate them as long as you hadn't opened them yet.
No, these don't have to be refrigerated.
They were always refrigerated.
They're packed in salt. These don't have to be refrigerated. The other ones that I have a whole hank of them. They're packed in salt, so they're preserved. They don't have to be refrigerated.
Those D-Wid ones that you get off of Amazon, they're not refrigerated. I remember Chud was advertising them when I first got into sausage making, and I bought a pack of those D-Wid casings, and I opened them suckers up, and they tasted like they smelled like chemicals. I never used them. I said, I ain't using this crap. I went to my local butcher and I bought a hank. I threw them ones away. They taste like they were they didn't taste. They smelled like chemicals. I wasn't even going to use them. But I enjoy sausage making. Sausage making is my spirit animal. It's fun when you get to playing with all those flavors and mixing meat and doing all that stuff.
Yes.
I got a lot more sausage videos I want to do, but I'm not going to do them right now. Too damn hot. My favorite video I done to date was that dead gum chicken sausage. That stuff was good. I want to do a crawfish bowl sausage too. That's on my to-do list. I'll boil up some potatoes till they're just about before they get done. Take them out, cool them, boil them in some crawfish bowl, some crawfish tails, put some corn in there, and I'm debating on whether or not I want to put mushrooms in it too. And using pork as my base, make it taste like a crawfish bowl. Instead of using any seasonings, the only seasoning I'll use is some crawfish bowl seasoning and substitute that for my salt, and then fry up patties and adjust the taste until I get it right. But I think it'd be pretty damn good. Which video you shooting next?
It's interesting you bring that up. My live video last night was called "Let's Have a Sausage Party."
Damn,
I went live last night.
I don't get notifications from everybody that I'm sub to, man. It pisses me off. I didn't have nothing going on. I could have hopped on your live last night.
Mike, you were shadow banned. Clearly, they're shadow banning me or they're shadow banning you.
Well, I mean, we're small channels, so we get shadowed. There's no doubt about that. They definitely hose us down.
So what I was discussing last night was not only the 50 pounds of hot dogs I plan upon making for Saturday's party I'm going to, but I also have to make Italian sausage and I have to make bratwurst. So I'm not going to just make a standard type of hot dog. The hot dogs are all going to be 100% all beef hot dogs. However,
Oh,
I've got seasoning that I have from the sausage maker in Buffalo, New York. I have PS seasoning, and then I have some other homemade blends that I plan upon trying out. So in total, there might be, say, 5 varieties. Each one's 10 pounds of hot dogs. And for the kids can eat the hot dogs. As an adult, that's nothing more than an appetizer. That's an afternoon hot dog on a bun. When it comes to the nighttime, then we're going to get into the lamb chops and the ribeyes and the porterhouses and the pork chops with the vinegar peppers. Then we get to eat like gentlemen, like we're going to the chair or something, like it's our last meal and we're on death row. But
hell
as far
yeah.
as the hot dogs go, or the sausage. So I know I'm probably going to do a ring of hot Italian. I'm going to do a ring of sweet Italian with the fennel seeds. I'm probably going to do a broccoli rabe with the cheese. And then when we move over to the bratwurst, I plan upon doing a mango habanero. I plan upon doing what did I do last time? And last time I did, and it went over huge. I did a jalapeno cheddar with what else? It was jalapeno and cheddar and something else. There was another seasoning I put in there. Oh, here he is, Mr. Trumpet. I got a beer just for this man.
I gotta go grab a beer. I'll be right back.
My goodness, while you're doing that, I am going to put out as a sponsor of a sponsor. Here he is, Mr. Paulander. But you can't just have a Paulander unless you have, where is it? A Paulander sign to go with it.
Damn, you caught me off guard. Do I need to push pause so I can go get my shit?
Do I need to go put on my red jersey? Should I go full Paulander?
I got mine right here. Watch this. What is this, dude? Shit.
Mine's upstairs. I have to go up 3 flights of steps to get to it, and on the other side of the house.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. I've got my Paulander stuff out there. I've got my glass up there, and you're making me want to go and get that. But I'm drinking Pitmaster at this moment from Twisted X Brewery.
That's not your sponsor. Get back to your Paulander.
Yeah, it's definitely not. That's what I'm saying. Like, give me 5 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. My God. So Quint, let me just see here. If you bought any of the sausage casings and they come packed in salt, there's absolutely no need to put them in the refrigerator. It's the same way as if you would have gone out and you got salted cod during the Christmas holidays. It's salted, it's preserved, it doesn't need refrigeration. However, once you wash that salt out, the clock starts ticking. Even if you bury them in water and there's no oxygen in there, no matter what, they're going to start to degrade. So until that point comes, you're safe to leave them. They're shelf stable. They're packed in salt. Most likely they've also been vacuum packed in the salt. So nothing's going to happen to those casings that you have.
Where'd Louie go?
Oh, he'll be right back. We've got this back and forth over Paulander, him and I. Paulander happens to be someone he's sponsored by. He sent me the Paulander shirt. I happen to have his Paulander beer, and I have his Paulander stein that goes with it. And he's drinking a beer that is not something he's sponsored by. So it doesn't go too well when people see him drinking that.
All right.
He's back. There he is.
You got that Yuengling. You got that Yuengling. It's all about that Paulander, baby.
There it is.
Paulander
there it is.
That Paulander
Blurry.
In the Paulander glass.
Oh, of course. Doesn't it taste so much better when it comes in its own glass? Like if
Oh,
you got one of those?
oh, just like this right here. Deliciousness.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if we got another Paul glass up here. I don't know. I keep breaking glasses.
It's making me
No, yeah, keep going, man. Keep going.
Oh, look. Oh, it's almost there. Now it's time to get that foam cap. Get it. Let's get it.
Let's say you got a lot of foam in it, man.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Oh, dude, look at this. Look at this. Oh, dude, look at that.
Now I got to go out and buy more beer for tomorrow night for your live stream.
Salute. You know, I'm gonna be on this. I'm gonna be on this tomorrow. You know, hey, that reminds me. I gotta go get some more Oktoberfest. I saw that you were drinking that Oktoberfest. Polliner
Of course I am.
Oktoberfest. Yeah. Polliner Oktoberfest is the shizzle. I'm drinking just a classic lager, which is
Right.
the fucking best lager that's out there right now, guys.
I've never
Polliner
tried
beer.
that before.
Polliner beer. It's German beer, so you know it's gonna be good. It's just freaking clean and crisp.
Where do you buy that at, Louis?
Look at this. You can see right through that glass, man. Look at that. You can see both eyeballs. You see that? Man, I was trying. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Mike, I saw that you were going live tonight. I was on somebody else's live tonight, and we were celebrating the release of our episode 1. I don't know if you guys have watched it on the panel or if anybody in the chat
I haven't
has.
watched it yet, but I saw it, and I'm intrigued. I want to go watch it.
It's something completely different than that's never been on my channel before. But that's episode 1, and we were celebrating that, and they were taking shots of tequila. I was on the Jack and Coke, and I was rocking Twisted X Brewery Pitmaster beers that I have. And I was saving my Polliner for tomorrow, but it's all good. I got to go and get some Oktoberfest anyway. But
where do you get that Paul Lander stuff at, Louis?
I'm gonna send you a link. That all you got to do is click it, and it'll show where it's at, where you can go and get it.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I mean, you just click the link, and it picks up your area, and it'll tell you. Get this, dude. Their link, it'll tell you, okay, you can go to this liquor store has it, and these are the brands that are there. Like they have the lager here, they have the Oktoberfest here, and it's in stock. Or they'll say, oh, you can drive to this one, and it's got these here, or you'll see it. It's a really cool little thing. I'll send it to you tonight.
Hell yeah!
But me personally, I get it at a place right up the road. I really can't talk about shipping brewskis, but maybe that's a private conversation that we can have. But yeah, man, I'm here on Mike Brown's live, chilling Coachella with Mr. Mike Brown BBQ. Salute. Out there, dude. I was trying to jump on. I saw my brother from north side of Mexico in a little town called Westlaco, Mr. I Lunasico. Let's go. And I was trying to jump on during
I tried that for the first time, Louis.
Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah. We're talking about that rub. What do you think?
I did it on a pork steak. I ate it right here. It was freaking awesome.
I saw you eating something.
Yeah, it was that vodka rub on a pork steak I smoked on my 250 gallon back there. That was freaking good. Al did a good job on that. That shit was good.
Yeah, he's got some good rub. I actually did it when he sent me a bottle. I used it on pork chops. Even though vodka means cow, but I used it on pork chops. You know. But I was thinking, next time I'm gonna try it on chicken wings, and then I'm gonna try it on some beef kebabs, and see what it. You know, that's normally what I do when I get a new shipment of rubs. Before I commit to cooking one large protein with those rubs, I experiment with the flavor profile that it provides, and I don't taste it before I cook it, guys, because the end result is going to taste completely different. It's going to taste completely different. It's not going to taste the same. So I just season my proteins, my kebabs. I'll have pork kebabs, chicken kebabs, which is like the chicken, the tenderloin chicken, and some beef, and then I'll experiment with those rubs, and then I'll just taste it like that, and then I'm like, okay, I like to do that with new rubs.
I'm gonna put this on beef dino ribs. I'm gonna try it on beef dino ribs.
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That'd probably be pretty good. But yeah, I did see that Al was in here earlier, and I was trying to jump in here when he was on here, but I missed him. I guess he jumped out. But yeah, I figured I could jump on, man. Yeah, anybody in the chat knows me. My bedtime's 9 p.m. That's right, 9 o'clock. That's what keeps me looking delicious.
If I didn't have a live stream going right now, I'd done been passed out. It's 9 o'clock for me every night too.
That's what I'm saying. I wake up at like 4:30. Like this morning, I woke up at 4, and then I had to get up. I had to roll out of bed and make a pee and all that. And then I did all that, and then when I laid back down, I didn't go back to bed. I just kind of just stayed laying down. You know what I mean? Yep. And then I just waited until my alarm clock went off, and I did, and I got ready, and I left for work. But yeah, that's what I do, man. But on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, the 9 o'clock thing, that doesn't exist. You see, because it's not a work night for me. I'm responsible.
As I've gotten older, going to bed earlier and waking up earlier becomes the norm for me.
Yes.
I'm up by 6 o'clock on the weekends, sometimes 5 o'clock.
I'm up Saturdays and Sundays, 5 a.m., sipping my coffee, chilling. Straight chilling. And, just having a good time, man. That's what it's about, dude. I wake up, I do all these things, and I BBQ. I got this big cook planned. Actually, I don't have a big cook planned out tomorrow. My content library is pushed out. I'm good all the way until the end of September currently. So like I don't have to film anything. Yeah. I have, and that's a long form video dropping once a week, which is Wednesdays are my drop dates. Except for the show. The show is dropping on the first Friday of every month. So episode 2 won't come out until the next month's first Friday, which I think is the 2nd or the 3rd, something like that.
Yeah, I'm still averaging 520 watch hours a month, despite not putting out all the videos I was putting out.
Yeah, so. I'm not even keeping up with any of that stuff, man. To be honest with you, as far as like watch hours and all that stuff, man. We were just kind of hoping that the show kind of does good, because it's a lot of fun filming it, and we enjoy sharing that with everybody.
I've been a little lazy this year when it comes to filming videos, and the heat has definitely discouraged that. So I've been watching my watch hours so I don't lose the monetization.
Yeah,
so I'm
it's
just
horrible.
putting out
I mean, I've been doing most of my cooks overnight, because I don't want to deal with that heat. So my cooks are done by 10, 11 a.m. and then that's it, man. I roll it up and put it up, and my food's
I'm
rested
officially
until
out
dinner.
of videos. I got to film something next weekend. I have to film a few videos next weekend. I'm out. I don't have no more.
Yeah.
All the videos I've seen here recently downloaded were all shot in June and May. I didn't shoot none in July.
It was like 3 weekends ago. I did a pork belly and a pork butt, and we made chop sandwiches out of it. Now, yes, I know this is Texas, and don't nobody eat chopped pork in Texas, but this Mexican does right here. I enjoy chopped pork because it's a much better bite and it tastes more delicious and it's easier to eat. And by the way, you can make a hell of a lot more sandwiches chopping it than you will pulling. You know what I mean? So I chopped it up, made sandwiches, and I've got a whole bunch of leftover in the freezer. So tomorrow I've just got some chicken thighs that I'm doing, and I'm gonna grab that bag and just dump it in some hot water just to warm it up. No, I don't have a souffle. I don't have any of that. But I do have a pot with hot water that I can dump that some bitch in. Better, I can just throw that damn thing in the microwave.
I like taking those whole pork picnics with the skin on and salting that skin and drying it out and smoking that until it gets pretty done where I won't pull it, and then crisp that skin up and then chop that pork, pull that bone out and chop that pork and skin together. And that
sir.
Is badass.
Yes,
sir.
That's kind of what I did. That's kind of what I did with that pork butt. No, they were skinless, right? But pork butt and pork belly. I enjoy chopping them up and mixing the proteins together. You know, that makes for a fantastic tasting pork sandwich, guys.
A lot of people don't know it, but a pork belly makes a kick-ass pulled pork sandwich. When
Oh,
you get those
fuck yes!
string pieces out of
Dude.
there and roll them up,
Oh
fuck,
my
that's
God, dude.
good eating, man.
I'll take that pork. I'll take that pork belly. The way I cook my pork belly, I don't wrap. I don't do that other shit, man. I cook it overnight, 225, just like I do my brisket. The only difference is I never wrap it. And so it's done. Like overnight, I wake up and I go check the pork belly, fat side up. By the way, if anybody's
You don't
curious.
have to wrap that pork belly. It's got so much fat in it.
So
You
much
can't
fat.
fuck it
It's
up.
going to be delicious. And so, just wait till you see that video. Well, unfortunately, you won't see that video until several weeks. But just remember that when I'm talking about tonight. But you've seen it, like when I did my competition pork sandwich, I did a pork belly like that. Remember when I did my competition pork sandwich? I did it the same. It's just I did the whole belly, not the centerpiece. And you know, man, the only time I wrapped is when I pulled it. When I think I hit like 208 internal temp. Seriously. And I pulled it and I put it in some foil just to wrap it, to rest it. That's the only time that I wrapped it. And so when it came dinner time, I took that pork butt and I chopped it up, you know, pulled it apart, chopped it up, put it in that full pan, chopped up that pork belly, mixed it in with that. Oh my God, dude, you didn't even need no BBQ sauce for that shit. And the way I did the pork belly was just it was the HEB salt and pepper blend rub.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. There's a little bit more than just salt and pepper in that rub, but it's the salt and pepper blend.
I've seen it. It's very intriguing.
And the pork butt, I've been pushing it out there on my Instagram recently. It's the HEB brand Texas Sweet Heat rub.
Yep.
Dude. I cannot wait to do some ribs with that fucking rub right there.
I've walked by them HEB rubs many a times and looked at them, and they I don't buy a lot of commercial rubs, but those look like they were legit.
Yeah, the Texas Sweet Heat rub, and I also got the Texas Prime, rub. It's very coarse. It looks delicious. I cannot wait to try that on some steak. And so I've got the salt and pepper blend, the Prime. And I went back and I bought 4 more bottles of that Texas Sweet Heat. I'm just saying, dude, if you see it, pick it up. Trust me, you're going to love that rub. It's
so
not
now
like
that I'm hearing your take on it, I'll try them. But I always seen them, but I've been reluctant to try them because a lot of commercial rubs are all almost the same.
Yeah.
But I'll give them a try now.
I've been food prepping my lunches for the week, you know, for the work week. And so what I do is on Sundays, I take a pack of those HEB chicken breasts. And all I'm doing is butterflying them, right? I'll butterfly it open with a knife. And then I've been seasoning it with that Texas Sweet Heat on both sides. And then I grill them up hot and fast on the Rectech Bullseye. And it just hot and fast. And then I flip it one time. And then by that time, you know, it's done. And I pull them. And then I slice them up kind of like fajitas, right? And then I'm putting it in there with, on my little toppers with, if it's not vegetables, I'm rocking. Well, it's always a vegetable. It's mostly... what are those little cabbages, the little tiny ones? I can't think of their name right now. The little
Brussels
green
sprouts?
Yeah, the Brussels sprouts. I put it in there with some Brussels sprouts and some couscous, or some Brussels sprouts and just a little bit of brown rice or some white rice. And that's what I've been doing for my lunches during the week. But I cook all that stuff on a Sunday, and I prepackage that stuff, and it lasts me 2 weeks, you know, that. And it comes out great. I just slide it in the microwave, warm it up, and it's delicious, man. Yeah, by Friday, I'm kind of tired of it. I'll be honest with you, but I'm saving money that way, and it's good for me.
If you're going to shoot YouTube videos on barbecue, you're going to have tons of fucking leftovers. I ate barbecue every day last year.
Yeah, man.
It worked.
Yeah, and let's be
real,
it
man. And serve it up to the guys at work and get feedback.
Yeah, for sure, man. And let's get real, man. If we're out there eating all the shit that you see that we cook all the time, we'll fucking die. We will die.
No, there ain't no doubt.
We gotta stay away from some of the stuff sometimes, you know. The high sodiums and all that craziness that's delicious. You know, treat it like a snack every now and then. Honestly, that's the only time I'm actually BBQing is on the weekends. But I will grill out, like I said, on Sundays the chicken for the couple of weeks. Yeah. Salute.
I don't have a mug, but I got a beer can.
Man, I'll tell you what, Mike Brown, man. Text me your shipping info, man. I'll send you some of the stuff.
All right. I'll text it over to you.
So yeah, man. So I was on the other chat and I saw you guys and I was thinking, man, I want to jump on, man. Looks like you're falling asleep. It was so quiet. I'm ready to party, man. What's going on?
We try to keep it going. We try.
What's going on in the chat, guys? Hello, chat. Hi.
You bring all the energy, man. You show up, and all the energy shows up with you. You move at a very, you're like, go.
I'm just saying. I hope everybody gets to watch that first episode. We had a lot of fun doing it. Many more episodes to come. Many more surprises. I may talk about it tomorrow. I may even tease it a little bit tomorrow. Maybe the next episode. But it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Man, I hopped on one of your lives here about 3
it.
weeks ago, and you had like 500 people on one of your lives, man.
Man, I don't know what the fuck happened there, dude.
You hit an algorithm, man, because they were on you. I was like, holy shit, look at this.
I remember seeing 300 people at one time, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then like I talked to Al like the next day, and I was like, dude, what the fuck was up with that?
Yeah. You had 398 people.
I remember asking him.
You had 398 people on. I was like, holy shit.
No, that was bullshit right there. I don't know what that was. I really don't know what that was. It hadn't happened since. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, good time.
Most I've ever had on a live, maybe it's like 40 people. You had 398 on there when I got on. I looked at that. I said,
you were rocking.
I remember seeing. I
hit that algorithm.
Like, if you go back and look at my chat, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of people.
I kind of started losing my shit there for a minute. But I don't know, man.
That'll help to watch out.
And then, we've just been filming that show, so I have skipped a couple of lives here recently. I was pretty back to back with it, every Saturday. Then somehow I picked up some haters along the way somehow. And
there's haters everywhere, dude.
Yeah, and I kept doing it, and I'm just doing my thing, man. You either gonna like me, or you're not gonna like me, but you want to like me.
I got kicked off of a Facebook group the other day over my tri-tip video because this dude that was a moderator wanted to tell him that my tri-tip wasn't Texas style, it was California style, and I replied back to this guy and said, no, it's Texas style because I cooked it in Texas. And this dude banned me from Propane Tank Smokers group on Facebook. Man. And I would get a lot of views off of that. The Facebook group sharing my content. He banned me over that comment.
Was it dude from Wisconsin or something?
He was from California. He banned me. And I messaged him on Facebook. I was like, man, that's chicken shit. And he was like, you can go share your content somewhere else. And then blocked me from commenting back.
Like, dude, I still don't have a Facebook. I think I'm the only person on the planet without a Facebook. Well, my main man Quentin Nelson used to be like me and not have a Facebook either, but I think he folded and finally opened himself a Facebook.
Yeah, Quentin's
but I still don't have a Facebook. But I have been thinking about it.
I didn't get a Facebook till like 2013.
Really?
I didn't get mine till April.
This year?
This year, April of this year, and it's not my personal one. It's only for the videos. It's only for the barbecue channel. I don't have anything personal. I still don't have a personal Facebook, YouTube, MySpace. I don't have any of these things. All this is only for the barbecue world. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an Indeed. Which from the business perspective, people go, "How do you not have an Indeed? How do you not put yourself out there?"
I don't have one of those because I've been at the same place since 2004. So I don't think I need one of those right now. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. But
Nah,
yeah, man. I'm
got the
only
Facebook
on
to keep up with
Instagram.
family. You know.
I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and that's like my most recent one, TikTok, and Twitch. And I really haven't done much on Twitch. I haven't even streamed anything on Twitch. I saw that Mike on Facebook. That dude is a douche.
Oh, I put him on blast.
Well, that sucks, man. Yeah, you pick up haters along the way, and the best way I deal with haters, man, I just don't pay them no attention, man. You know.
Well, what?
It's like,
what
dude,
pissed
I'm
me
not
off
here to
about
piss
that
you
group
off.
is
I'm
I
not
shared a
here
bunch
to-
of propane toker. I shared a bunch of tips about building smokers and stuff on that group and all that, and helped a lot of people out. And then I started sharing my YouTube content on there, and then he kicked me off. I was in that group to help people out, and I like seeing all the propane tank smokers and getting ideas and shit, you know. And then helping people with their builds and all that, commenting.
Mm-hmm.
But that dude was from California. It hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
We do tri-tip better in Texas.
Well, and that's the thing, man. You quite possibly might have cooked it better than California, and they didn't like
I know
that.
I did.
It's just like if you were watching somebody make from there do a brisket better than you, you'd be like, hey, now come on now, something ain't right.
Yeah.
I mean, but you'd be like, hey, that's not Texas style.
So what I've learned about Facebook is even if I see something I don't disagree with, I don't agree with, I just scroll on. Hey man, you do you. That's your damn business. I ain't gonna tell you what it is and what it ain't. Everybody's got their own preference.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. I don't pay them haters no attention. They're gonna hate because that's their job. They're gonna hate because that's their job. Let's see.
Yep, they are.
How about the OnlyFans? I think it's called Hard Hats with eye shields only.
Oh boy, I'm taking abuse tonight.
Oh, really?
Man,
what I missed?
And I don't work in the construction trade, but he's right. My OnlyFans is what's struggling these days.
Okay.
I'm the only fan of my OnlyFans.
Just sell feet pics, man. You'll make it, dude.
That's what I heard. Hey, I've got some pretty good looking feet, man. Maybe I should experiment with that.
Feet pics,
Oh boy.
water, all that stuff, man. It sells. Just find you a good picture of a good looking woman on Google and save it.
I better not even talk like that because that's how I pick up haters when I talk like that,
No, so you just need to show your jalapeno.
Oh, my jalapeno!
Show your jalapeno.
You know what? That's gonna be my secret. You have just inspired me to do something, and it's gonna be a surprise.
Oh God, I love it.
It's just gonna be a hidden, and I'll bring you all my videos from this point forward. But you won't start seeing that until October because I'm already.
Because you have enough videos to go through the end of September. Because you're so prepared. You can go on vacation for a week and not worry about it.
And I wanted to go to New Zealand. I wanted to go to New Zealand and get a tattoo from the New Zealanders, the islanders there, old school bamboo, and get tatted up, And while I'm drinking some of the New Zealand deliciousness, that I guess I don't know what they drink down there, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. But then we were looking at it, and I guess they're being overrun by rats right now. New Zealand is being overrun by rats. They have like a huge rat problem. And on top of that, they got some shit like their banks are going under right now. And I'm like, last thing I need is a Mexican going to New Zealand and getting stuck out there for some reason. That's not going to go good for me.
I seen that deal about the banks and stuff. I seen something about that.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to push on. We're going to look. I'm going to revisit that in another 6 months and see where we're at. Then I will go to New Zealand and come back with it. I don't have any tattoos. I don't believe in tattoos. It's not my thing. But if I always told myself, if I ever got a tattoo, it's going to be old school New Zealand on the beach while I'm plastered drinking something that they make, or I don't know, smoking something that they smoke. I don't know. I think that'd
Yeah,
be kind of cool. And I will make a video.
I've never got a tattoo either. I just never wanted one.
I have no tattoos, no ink, no piercings, no ink. I'm way too conservative.
No ink, no piercings.
Oh,
That
cool. I
shit ain't for me.
thought I might have been the only one. Nice.
No.
Nope. I don't have no tattoos, no piercings. Never have. I won't. Never will.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
cool,
ain't who I
man.
am.
So how about you, Meat Stick? Any big cooks coming up in the future? What's going on with you?
I'm glad you brought that up. Oh my goodness. You know, last night I had a live. It was called Let's Have a Sausage Party.
On your t-shirt.
I know it. I didn't even know he was live, man. Shit.
Yeah, I do have the Weber kettle on the t-shirt. You know, I'm finally going to get to use. That's correct. I'm finally going to get to use this 50-pound meat mixer this week as I make 50 pounds of hot dogs.
Wow, dude. That's going to be a chore. And you know, I want that meat mixer. I want that one. Like, I really do. But here's the problem. Dude, that cleanup is going to be a bitch out of that thing. Oh, dude, it's already bad enough just cleaning up the stuff.
There it is.
That's why I mix by hand. Cleaning a mixer is a motherfucker. I would rather mix by hand than clean a damn mixer all day long.
But I want that same. I'm getting that one's coming to here. I'm getting that one. Yeah.
So I'm going to do 50 pounds of hot dogs. I'm going to do Italian sausage, sweet, hot, sweet, obviously with fennel, and I'm probably going to do a broccoli rabe with provolone. I'm also doing this week as far as bratwurst go, I'm going to do a tomato basil, and I'm probably going to do yet again a bacon jalapeno cheddar bratwurst. Since the last time that went over huge, that's the only one that I'm going to end up smoking before I bring it over there. The rest of them are going to be fresh sausage, except for the hot dogs, which, as you mentioned earlier, the sous vide. Anything that I'm putting into the casing, the plastic casing, all of that either has to be smoked or it has to be boiled beforehand, just so that all that meat solidifies into a meat log. Then I can peel it off, and they have hot dogs. But I'm also going to be doing natural casing hot dogs. So everything is 100% all beef hot dogs. Sausage a little bit different. That's pork, bratwurst, a mix between pork and beef.
Damn. Yeah, it sounds like you're going to be busy.
I've got 3 days ahead of me of busy work. I've got in the freezer behind me. In fact, tonight, when I ended up trimming up, I had an entire prime Pismo. So by the time I was done trimming it up, all of that trim, all that extra fat, all that extra meat, all that's going to go through this grinder that I have right here. And that's going to end up going into either the hot dogs or into the bratwurst.
Damn, look at Mike. It looks like you're
fucking lit
stock,
up, son. What the hell
is
that?
He just went blind melon us. Yep. Something happened.
Mike, that's the wrong
It's
line,
focusing
man.
on my smoker.
Take your hood off.
I see the light.
You've gone super Caucasian.
Damn. There it is.
My God. There it is. Now you're back again. You got a halo above you.
Man, that was crazy.
I put out that light, man. Shit. I don't know.
I'd have been blind, man. I'd have been like,
everybody's high. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How about you, Mike? Any big cooks coming up, man? Any good any more content coming up anytime soon?
I've got a pile of stuff to cook, but this damn heat has discouraged me from getting out here and firing up the old 250. But
I tell you what, though. I tell you what, Mike. I know you got something that I like it called Rectech, baby. You can always do something in that.
So my igniter's out right now, my Rectech, and I've been lighting it manually. I need the it went out. I need to order a new one. It's about my Rectech's 4 years old now, but the igniter went out on it, so I've been lighting it manual. And out of convenience, I've been using my big pellet smoker that I built that burns sticks. But I've got about 6 videos that I want to shoot. Got some ideas and all that. I want to do some pork belly cinnamon rolls. I'm going to do beef dino ribs. I got some red snapper on the half shell I want to shoot a video on. And I've got digging around in my freezer, cleaning up my freezer the other day. I forgot I got another pork brisket from Porter Road. So I'm thinking about doing a pork brisket pastrami on it. And
Interesting.
Nice.
Let
me ask you, hey Mike. I know that you're a guy that regularly orders Porter Road proteins. How do you compare that to say an HEB? What we stock in HEBs?
I'd rather go to HEB in Porter Road.
Okay, that's what I kind of thought. That's kind of what I figured.
So I ordered Porter Road one time, and you're paying for more. So there's some unique cuts you can't get at HEB, like beef belly, pork brisket. But from my experience, from the pork brisket, that's not something I'll go out of my way to do again in its entirely by itself. It was okay. It wasn't great. And the same thing for the beef belly. It was there was so much fat in that beef belly, it was hard to really enjoy it.
Okay.
The one that I smoked like a brisket, the beef belly pastrami that I did was pretty damn good. If you slice it thin and fry it, it was legit. But will I go out of my way to buy that expensive meat again and do it? No, it didn't knock my socks off, man.
So I wanted to ask you, there was a video that you did where you cured a rack of ribs. How was that? And would you ever do that again?
Oh, I'll definitely do that again.
Because that was a very unique video.
Yeah, my sausage cured baby back rib video, or was it spare? It was baby back rib. No, it was good. It was damn good. I liked them. It was like pretty much the inside of a country cured sausage on a stick. It was good.
Oh, okay.
Definitely do it again. I like playing around with the curing world and all that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah.
It produces. One of the best things I've ate to date was the pork belly that I cured, and then I smoked it like a brisket. That's one of the best things that I've ate to date that I've smoked, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember you did that one. So when you get into pickling and curing and stuff like that, that's a whole different level.
Curing's easy, especially doing a wet cure or a dry cure. It's easy. You just
measure everything out and get it done.
Cure in there for the weight.
I have been
doing pickling. I've been doing my own pickles and all that stuff here lately too. I ain't shot a video.
I have a kit for bacon that I'm going to do. A 35-pound kit of bacon that I got to do out there. So I got to go out and get me about 5 different pork bellies maybe, just so I can use the whole kit at one time. Or I don't have to. I can measure it out and play with it, but it should be pretty good.
A simple bacon cure is very easy to make. I think I put it on the link on on that bacon belly video. But a simple bacon cure. Now you could take it up a notch and put some aromatics in there and put brown sugar and all that. But just a regular bacon cure is a dry cure is easy.
Yeah.
If I ain't mistaken, if memory serves me right, I think it's half a cup of salt to 1 cup of sugar, and then your weight of your meat times 25% regular cure. I think that's but it's easy. It's very easy. And then you can add you some thyme in there, or different herbs and spices, or brown sugar to give it a country cure.
Like when it cools off, I'm gonna make your hot gut sausage recipe that you sent me. I'm gonna make that, and I also got Chud sausage kit. I'm gonna try to make some of that stuff as well. Everything's already in there. You just dump it in there. He even has the milk powder in it.
Just before you get too carried away with the hot gut sausage, kind of fry you up a test patty and make sure everything's where you want it. If you want to add a little bit here and there or something else, but that recipe is, in my opinion, it was pretty damn good. I think I got it down where I wanted it for my taste.
Yeah. So I've got plenty of brisket scraps out there in the freezer, and I think I've got a couple of brisket flats out there too.
That'll work.
That I picked up, but I'm gonna grind them some bitches up and just add some fat to them,
Yep.
And then do some of that. But I gotta wait until it cools down. It's insane hot out here. I don't know what the tip is in your neck of the woods, but it's been like 105 all week. It's like
we're falling off the bone in Texas, man. Shit.
They're trying
It's
to
been
kill us.
103, 104 here every day for about a week and a half now.
The sun is trying to kill us, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that hot gut sausage, you can go 100% pure pork with it. And actually, the 100% pure pork tastes better than the 50-50, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm going to say, man, like, there's been many times where I preferred a chopped pork sandwich over a chopped brisket sandwich.
Me too.
I mean,
pork sausage is the absolute best sausage there is, hand down.
Yeah.
Nothing can compare to pure pork sausage. It just can't.
Like,
it tastes way better.
I know the brisket is king in Texas. I'm a Texan. I was born in Texas. I live in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I still think that straight up pork is the king in the BBQ world.
It is because of the versatility.
I really do. I really feel that
pork
way.
Ribs, you got pulled pork, you got chopped pork, you got crispy pulled pork, chopped pork. I mean, if I got to eat something every day, I prefer to eat pork over beef. I like brisket, but I don't like brisket every day. I don't like brisket every week. I like brisket maybe once a month at the most. That's where
pork is more. Pork is universal. There's more you can do with pork.
And you know, I don't even like brisket reheated in the microwave. You know what I mean?
Not me. I won't reheat brisket in the microwave.
I'll
vacuum seal it and heat it up sous vide.
Like, I don't want to say that I'm sick of it, but I'm just saying that honestly, man, I feel like pork is more delicious than beef, like hands down. Now, when it comes to BBQ, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, I like pork when it comes to slow smoking stuff, but then I like my steaks more than I like pork. Like I'd rather have exactly what I just said. I said pork steak.
A good ribeye steak is hard to beat.
Yeah. I mean, each of it's got its own attributes. Brisket, yeah, that's good, but I'm not eating it every day. Ribeyes, porterhouses are badass. I eat them all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it just depends on what I want to eat that day.
Yeah.
But as far as sausage goes,
if I'm at the river in the lake all day and I'm hungry at the end of the day, and man, a good brisket sandwich really hits the spot, man. Some onions,
it does.
And pickles,
pickle and onion, good barbecue sauce. Hell yeah!
Some jalapenos on the side. Man, dude, ice cold Dr. Pepper. Oh, a bag of chips.
Man, Dr. Pepper. I'll drink the shit out of Dr. Pepper. I drink it too much, man. It ain't healthy for you.
Man, I'm telling you.
That or even some Big Red. I love Big Red too.
What is Big Red? What is that? What's Big Red?
Big Red is invented right here in Texas. It's a red cream soda. It's good.
Yeah,
no, we don't have that.
You go online and order you some, and you'll see what it's about. It's good. It's damn good.
Your taste testers are gonna love it, man. You're gonna have to buy that shit by the case.
They got a restaurant over here called Tijuana. It serves a Big Red margarita, and that sucker is badass.
Damn,
oh my god!
I saw a recipe recently. I can't remember whose channel it was, but it was a homemade BBQ sauce, and it was Big Red. It was the
Arnitex.
base. Hey, was it Arnitex?
I
wanted to say it was either Arnitex or Danos. That guy.
No, it was Arnitex. Danos may have copied it, but Arnitex did it first.
Arnitex made that shit look great. By the way, he was on my live panel last week.
I know. I was on there. Yeah.
He was on there freaking showing me love, dude. That was awesome to have him on there, man. That was so great.
That's what
Episode 45 will go down in history as one of the greatest episodes. Live.
The highlight for me was Deadgum Smoking Joe hopping on my shit one time.
Smoking Joe has never jumped on one of my lives before. I've been on his panel like maybe I think once, maybe twice, but we've never like been on the same panel. Like it'd be kind of cool to cut it up with him because I learned a lot from watching his channel. Straight up,
I have too.
I watched a lot of his stuff. You know, a few years back, I was constantly just watching his stuff. Like, it came up on my feed, and it just like video after video after video. Honestly, before I even really knew how to navigate YouTube, because I think that the issue for us content creators that we are now is when you look back, when you thought YouTube was just somewhere to go type up and find a video, you really didn't know how to navigate it. You know, like okay, like I want to subscribe. You know, I want to, put this on my favorite or whatever. You know, it's a whole navigation thing that I think people have trouble with. I think when it comes to YouTube, because I had that issue. I didn't understand how it all worked, honestly. But yeah, that big red sauce looked fantastic. I need to try that because I love me some big red, dude.
I don't know what company it is, but they make a big red beer. I had never seen it around here in this area, but somebody out of Austin makes a big red beer, and I want to try that too.
Nice.
But maybe where you're at, they probably got like Barks red cream soda
Barks.
or something like that.
Yeah, we have Barks. It definitely and A&W.
So Barks makes a red cream soda, and it's decent, but Big Red's probably like 5 times better than Barks is.
Yeah. Hey, the company that makes Big Red, which I think, quote me if I'm like, it's Pepsi, right? Pepsi's the one that makes Big Red, right? Isn't it a Pepsi company?
I thought
Pepsi
it was the Coca-Cola company. No, I think
but
it was
anyway,
Coca-Cola, wasn't it? I'm about to Google
I
it.
don't know. Yeah, check that out because I think it was Pepsi. But they also have the blue cream. The Big Blue is what they call it. And my personal favorite, dude, there's two. Actually, these are neck and neck. They call it Big Pineapple and Big Peach. Oh my God, those two sodas, dude. Have you tried the Big Peach? Coca-Cola?
Red,
Pepsi.
no.
Yeah, it's Pepsi.
Dr.
Oh, it's
Pepper
made by Keurig Dr. Pepper.
And Pepsi.
That's down in Allentown. That's about 35 minutes from me where Keurig Dr. Pepper is located.
And Austin, Texas.
Based in Austin, right down the road from me. And that's something I know where they're at. Actually, I see the big red trucks out there. But dude, they have one. They went out on a limb and started doing different flavors. Like they've got the Big Red, right? Big Blue.
Yep, Big Blue.
Pineapple. Big.
There's
Peach.
There's a Big Red vanilla float too, or there was. I don't know if they're still making it.
That Big Peach, man. Oh,
the Big Red vanilla float wasn't that great. I wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah,
the gates in the barn. We had to smoke it or not.
Oh yeah. What's up, chat? Happy night tonight, guys.
Damn, I didn't know Pepsi bottled Dr. Pepper too. Fucking traitors.
Yep.
I honestly thought Dr. Pepper was Coca-Cola.
That's what I thought too.
That's weird.
You ever try any of the Dublin Bottle Works drinks?
I've never heard. I don't think I've ever even heard of them.
They originate out of Dublin, Texas, but they got like red cherry cola. They used to have a cherry limeade cream soda, but I think they sold it to Pepsi, and they had their version of Big Red that was actually pretty damn good. But I think Pepsi bought it too. But Dublin Bottle Works, you should look them up if you ever see them. Only place I see them around here is the meat markets sell their products, and they're pretty dead-gum good. They come in glass bottles.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Oh, perfect.
Now jail, god dang, what'd he do? Probably embezzlement or some shit.
I like that. That's somebody you want to party with.
That's pretty hardcore party.
You had Big Red before? What do you think about Big Red, Troy?
Troy's had Big Red? Awesome. I didn't know that Big Red was a Texas thing.
Yeah, Big Red originated in Texas in like 1932 or 33 or something like that.
But I'm guessing, I'm assuming you could get it at the border states, right? Like Arkansas,
probably everywhere now.
Oklahoma.
Where did Big Red originate from? Waco, Texas.
Yeah. That's where Dr. Pepper came from.
1937.
So it's probably a regional beverage. That's why I can't get it here.
Well,
it's a small market.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Dave, I'm pretty sure you can just order it on Amazon. Honestly,
you can order it.
You'd be surprised, like what you can order on Amazon.
Right.
Good old Amazon.
But I always knew Big Red and Dr. Pepper were always a Texas thing.
Yeah, Big Red's good. So growing up when I was a kid, I remember seeing these old school cats that were, old dudes putting peanuts in their Dr. Peppers. Did you ever see that in your neck of the woods?
And peanuts in your Coke too.
And in the Coke.
No.
In the Coke.
I did it when I was a kid.
They would put those peanuts. They would get a pack of peanuts, those long little packs,
Mm-hmm.
and they would empty them in their soda, in the Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola. They're sitting there drinking the soda, chewing up the. I have yet to try that, and I've always told myself I gotta try it. Now I've not tried that yet.
I did it as a kid, and it was good as a kid. But what I've experienced since being an adult, everything you thought was good as a kid, when you go back and try it as an adult, it's not that good. So I imagine that's probably right there along them lines. Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I did it when I was young, and I don't want to try it again. It's probably.
Do you think it has to do with the salt? Is it the salt with the sugar that mixes together?
I don't know, man. I think
it's sweet
and it makes a savory flavor.
Mm-hmm. And then it's just something to chew on, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know where that comes from. That's old school, though. That is old school. I think it was like a 1940s.
I learned that from some old timers who used to hang out with my dad at chicken fights and all that stuff, man.
Chicken fights? Where were you that you had chicken fights?
So chicken fighting used to be legal in Louisiana here about 16, 17 years ago, back in 2008.
Wow. Cockfights.
Not in Texas.
Yeah, it ain't legal. Yeah, it ain't legal in Texas.
What are you like, Michael Irving? The next thing you're going to do is have dog fights?
I'm not a fan of dog fighting, but gamecocks naturally will kill each other off. If I've got two right here, they'll fight to the death.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially if you got them in the separate cages. And you think you can be smart to put them in a different cage? They'll fight through the cage until they die.
Wow.
They don't know
the
better.
stags will run together. The first time they fight over a hen, they'll beat each other to death.
Yeah. Straight up. Man, that is just some ballsy shit for them roosters, isn't it? It's insane, man. My dad used to raise those guys, man. Way back in the day. He used to raise those fighting roosters. Old school, too.
I can't say a whole lot about it on here, but it's still alive in some places, and especially in Mexico. There's people around here that sell them to Mexicans, and they take them across the border and go do their thing with them,
them damn Mexicans, man, and they just, them Mexicans, man, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a big thing. I made a lot of friends with the Mexicans that were doing that back in the day. Still talk to some of them.
I remember a guy used to feed them those horse steroids. Dude,
they did.
You talk about a rooster just coming up out the pen just like this.
So when they were conditioning those, you had you had a keep. You kept your roosters in a keep, and the keep is where you condition your roosters for 3 or 4 weeks before fight week. And I remember my kinfolk doing all that stuff,
Them some bitches would
roosters,
come out so big.
Putting them on specific diets and just getting them ready. And the whole idea was just like a UFC fighter. When fight day come along, everything was just right and fell right in. You felt good. The roosters were loose and all that. And I've got some trophies here from my dad won when we were kids. He won a lot of them, And when you won the most derbies, they were called derbies. When you won the most derbies at a place like that, you got Cocker of the Year awards at the end of the year.
Oh boy!
Where you made so much money and you got this big, tall, 5-foot trophy.
That's awesome.
But it was really about the money. So if you went to them big ones, where there was like over 100 entries, you can win like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in one night. And then smaller ones that were say 30 to 25 entries, you can make about 4 or 5, sometimes 10 grand. You know, so that was the reason why it happened, because there was money in it, big money for a weekend of work. You know.
Yeah. And then along with that, there's a lot of flakiness.
Yeah.
You know, just like any other gambling freaking casino that you go to. You know.
Yeah, I remember when they outlawed the gambling in 2007. So you go into the pits and you'd have to silent gamble. You'd find a guy, kind of read him a little bit. Hey, man, I got $50 on this rooster right here, and you just acknowledge a fact and then pay behind the scenes. You not make it obvious. But before that, people were in there raising their hand. I got 60 right here, and some guy be sitting across the way. Hey, man, I got you right here, and it's just shouting over the pit and all that, and placing your bets. And I remember going as a kid in there and having $20 to my name and betting on my dad's roosters, and then walking out of there with like $600, just betting on his roosters and winning money. You know.
Dang.
And, it was all fun, you know.
That's awesome.
And I remember one time, you know, this guy bet me and he wouldn't pay me, and my dad had this friend, and his name was Too Tall, and he was a big black guy, and he was about 7 foot 6'10", and I went and told him. He said, "You point this guy out to me," and he roughed him up, and I got my money.
Kyle's
I was
right.
16 years old back then, you know.
See, Kyle's comment is exactly what I'm thinking right now. How do I go ahead and get a big cock and then get it ready for a fight?
You're thinking of the
He's
wrong
correct.
cock, man.
Like, are there spurs that you put into their feet? Do they get like metal claws? Do they suddenly become like Wolverine when they fight each other?
There's three different divisions in it. You got gaff, you got short knife, you got long knife. Long knife don't last very long. Short knife can last a while. Gaff can last a while, or it can end quick. But there's different, and there's weight divisions in it, and you know they match the roosters that are weighing about the same and all that. There's a lot. There's a lot.
No, Meatstick. I gotta ask you something, bro. Recently, within 3 weeks-ish, recently. I was going through the YouTube thing, and then I saw you were on live, and I clicked on your live, and all of a sudden it was you. It was you that was live, right? And you were saying, "Oh, I see. So you want me to somehow put my legs behind my ears." No, you said, "You want me to somehow put my legs behind my head while I'm tonguing my own balls." And I'm pouring whiskey down my asshole and take a shot that way. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if I can make that happen. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man?
What was that, man?
We were talking about shots, and like, can you anal chug? I'm like, you want me to anal chug myself?
That was bad, dude. That shit was hilarious, man.
Oh, God.
Oh, I see. You want me to somehow put my legs behind my head while I'm Oh.
Where are you when this is going on? I need you for part of this.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. I saw that you were on live last night, man, and I wanted to jump on. I really did. But I couldn't, man. You know. So I was dropping comments, and I thought, man, I'll jump on later. And then, man, it was bedtime. It was a work night, you know. It was Thursday. And I just no worth a shit me on work nights, man. No worth a shit me late nights on work nights. Does that make sense?
Well, I got to pick a night of the week that isn't occupied by somebody else's channel. And the night that happened to work out was a Thursday. And I know that I start at 8:15. There's somebody that comes on at 9 o'clock. But immediately when that person's done at 9, their audience ends up coming back to me. So I lose people from that 9 to 10 o'clock slot. Yeah. I know that's going to happen every week. But I'm going for 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours each week anyway. So, like, look at Mike right now. Mike's been on for 3 hours and 12 minutes. Time goes fast.
It flies
Yeah.
by. But the one thing you got to do, you just got to go with it when you go live, man. There's plenty of watch hours out there. You're going to get people that come in. I remember when I first started going live, the date that I wanted to do it, I think me and Triple B BBQ were kind of competing there for a little bit. Now he don't go live no more, but he would call me and ask me, man, can I go live? And I was like, dude, you don't never have to call me and ask me to go live. YouTube's a huge place. If you want to go live, dude, just go live, man. It ain't no big deal.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
plenty of
own it.
YouTube. There's plenty of YouTube for everybody.
Yeah,
So
there's
for
plenty.
people to think, oh, I can't go live because Trumpet's on live at that time. Fuck that, man. There's plenty of YouTube for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we're not chasing and trying to get all the viewers from each other. We just, I mean, we could all have multiple freaking tabs open on our freaking browsers and watch multiple
That's what
live.
I'm saying.
That's normally what
Sure.
I do. You know,
If I see one of my
Um,
friends on live, I'll open up a tab and play them, give them, help them out. I mean,
yeah. I do
you
that.
just got
I
to.
do that a
If you're
lot
gonna
as
do
well.
it, just go ahead and do it, man. You're gonna hurt yourself more if you don't do it.
Yeah,
You got to
I mean,
keep
just-
reaching out
you
to
just
other
gotta do
crowds.
it,
You may
man.
bring in new subs and new viewers that me and Trumpet don't even have.
Yeah,
and
that's really what it's all about, really, because like
yeah,
everybody that's here on this panel right now, we all have different followers that each one of us don't have. You know what I mean? So that kind of, so it's a good. It's kind of that's why it's so good to jump on other people's lives. You know.
Yep.
Like if I was on Mike Brown's live, I'm getting exposure from some of his viewers that I don't have. Or if I was on Meat Sticks live, I'm getting exposure from some of the viewers that I don't have, and vice versa, right? You got to jump on mine. You got to get exposed to viewers that you don't have. Yeah, there's always the regulars, right? We all know who those are, but but there's always those extra people that are out there, you know. But the lives are a lot of fun. But I plan on going live tomorrow just to talk about episode 1. Just like I was doing that tonight with my buddy, Real Life Perspective. He's a very talented editor, and I think you'll see that. I think you'll see his skills on the video when you watch it tonight, if you watch it. But yeah, I mean, it's good people, good times. Have a really good time. I enjoy jumping on these things with Mike Brown. We go back quite a ways, doing that.
Yeah.
And from the beginning, right, Mike?
Yeah, we started out at the same time.
Yeah. Now we got Meat Stick in the game.
And Al come on the same time we did.
Yeah, Al started jumping on lives. Yeah, because during that time it was only like I want to say 3 or 4 people that would go lives, and those are the root people that we came up that we branched off of. Like you had Smoking Joe.
Yep.
You had
Mama and Papa.
Mama and Papa. And then you
Papa.
had Rick.
Rick was going on. Rick.
And I hadn't seen
Triple
him in
B
a while.
Was too. That he quit.
Who's that?
Triple B BBQ. He was doing it too, and then he quit.
he was coming up with us, but he stopped. And then it was Aim 'em and Claim 'em, which he goes by Texas Made Smokers now. Remember he used to do the Tito Tuesday?
I watched a lot of his videos. Learned a lot from him too.
Yeah. And
he actually subbed to me here about 5 months ago.
Dave, that's who you need to be watching is Aim 'em and Claim 'em. Actually, he goes by Texas Made Smokers these days. But he did a lot of cooks on those Weber Smoky Mountains and stuff that you have. Yeah,
Sure.
You'll learn a lot off of that guy and his cooks. He's a big competition cook. Real good people. And that was about it, man. Right.
And that guy was coming up with T-Roy Cooks, Baby Back Maniac, all those guys, and Harry So. They were all in cahoots together for a long time.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when T-Roy moved to New Mexico, he gave his Lone Star Grill to James over at Aim 'em and Claim 'em.
Oh no shit! I didn't know that.
James now owns T-Roy Cook's old Lone Star Grill offset because he didn't take it with him to New Mexico.
Yeah, I think T-Roy he retired from YouTube, didn't he?
No,
No.
he's dropping content now. He's dropping content again.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from his new pad.
I need to look him up. I'll sub to him. I know I am. I thought he quit YouTube.
Yeah.
No, he's been putting content out. He's very chill. He's very laid back, talking about whatever he's making.
No, T-Roy Cooks is always good. I watched a ton of his videos.
Yeah.
He was one of the OGs. He come on the same, right around the same time that Russ and
like
the
Russ,
Smoky
yeah.
Ribs come on and all them
Yeah.
guys.
Like him and Russ go way back.
Yep.
There was a few other guys. I think a couple of them passed away, them old school guys. That one out of Florida. Man, what was that dude's name?
Man, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Smoky Joe mentioned it too long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, him, and there was a handful of them guys. Or they just stopped doing it completely,
Yeah, so I mean, I got to thinking about that the other day. Man, there's only so many videos you can shoot, and then you repeat yourself a lot and all that.
Oh,
This
yeah,
time
yeah.
frame that we got to be, I guess, famous on this is limited.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, you can, I feel like that now. Like I feel like I'm cooking the same shit, but I'm using a different rub and a different cooker.
Yep.
If you go look at my playlist, I think the most cooks that I have right now is probably brisket or chicken, one of the two. But it's always a different rub and a different cooker, or something like that. But it is what it is, I guess, and it ain't what it ain't. But Kyle Alex is saying he's from the West Coast. I learned a lot from you guys. West Coast BBQ is a little different, so I love doing a blend. And now I want to be a mini Dave and make sausage. I think that has always scared me. Yeah, don't be scared of it, man. Just dive into it and just make sure that you're doing it on a day that it's not super hot outside. If you can do it inside, that's even better.
Right.
Dave's got the perfect setup right there. I mean, he's got that large counter. He's got the best equipment on the market. And he made it, when you watch these sausage guys, they might make it look easy only because they got the equipment to do it. You see Mike Brown making his sausage, he makes that shit look easy because he's got the right equipment to do it as well.
That's a big part of it. You got to
You gotta have the right toys. Gotta have the right toys.
And a 1/2 horsepower motor on your grinder, a decent sausage stuffer, and that makes a big difference.
And the most important part is you can't have any fear when you go into that making that sausage. You just got to add.
You're gonna screw it. You're gonna screw up the first time. Just accept that fact. You're gonna screw something up, but it's part of learning.
You might not. And you might not. But you won't know until you try it.
No, you're probably not going to screw up the first time. And it's going to seem so easy to you. You're never going to break the casing. You're going to tie each one a perfect 3-inch or 6-inch, whatever size link you're going to make. Everything is going to come out perfect. You're going to put them on the grill. They're never going to split on you. And you're going to go, this is so easy. What am I afraid of? And then as you go forward, suddenly things that you didn't expect are going to happen. And then it's when you have to go back to the basics. You got to go back to the essentials. You got to go back to knowing that you're putting too much meat into the casing, and when to pinch it, when to twist it in different directions. That's when that comes into play. You get too comfortable, and you've got to take yourself out of that environment and go back to the essentials. Go back to the basics.
My main thing is. You can't have any fear, and if I can suggest anything to any sausage maker coming up, start off with an already mixed kit and play with that before you start making your own recipes. Get you an already made kit, already mixed up kit. Play with it, put it together, grind it up, stuff it, and see how that turns out, and get yourself some confidence, going into making your own recipes and stuff like that, because you'll get good at it. Mike Brown's got some damn good recipes out there that I've seen him make on his channel, and
sausage for me came natural. My first time making sausage was a freaking breeze, man. I used I used the base of my recipe from Chud's pork sausage, and then I put my own twist on the seasonings. And
Yeah.
I put a few casings here and there, but as far as cold smoking it and all that stuff, I freaking nailed it, man.
Yeah.
And then it came natural for me. I'm good to bust one or two casings every other time I do it. It happens because of the variables that are in casings. Some are a little thin. Sometimes they already got holes in them and you don't see them.
Yeah,
Just
little
Right.
pinholes.
but
I
my,
would
my
say
pet
more important than your grinder, more important than your mixer. Get yourself one of these.
Yeah.
Yep, you need a
What,
Get a
scale.
scale.
yeah.
Get
When you start making,
a dry weight
yeah,
scale.
And you need to
especially when you
measure
start
everything
making your
out
own
in grams
recipes.
to be precise.
Hmm.
Grams, not ounces.
Correct.
Yeah.
Weigh your stuff out because what you're going to do is when you go from your fresh sausage, you start going over to your dried sausage and your smoked sausage,
Hmm.
especially when you're dealing with a product that you haven't cooked. A fresh sausage you're going to be able to hold between 1 to 3 days before you cook it. When you start getting into dried sausages and now you're into that danger zone of temperatures, you have salt you have to deal with. You have penicillin, a bacterium that you need to use so that the people that you're serving it to don't get botulism. That's when you start playing around with really being a chemist and a biologist. The simple stuff is what you're doing that's fresh sausage. You're going to make it today. As long as you keep it refrigerated, you're fine. Once you start drying, once you start smoking, it changes the whole world. You have a dried product, you're putting that away for 60, 90 days. You don't want to get the black rot. You don't want to end up with botulism where, God forbid, somebody eats it, they get sick, and if it's you and you get sick, it's one thing. When you give it to somebody else and they get sick, it changes the whole world on you.
Yep, you definitely want to use your curing salts. And you need to
Yeah,
measure your curing salts out right. And one thing
correct.
about curing salt is don't put your curing salt in and smoke it the same day because it does you
Now,
no good if you don't give it time to do its
Yeah.
job. It
What
can
was I
make you
gonna
sick
say?
too.
What was I gonna say? That, or if you don't use curing salt, just smoke them at a higher temp.
Yeah, you need to smoke about 180 or above.
Yeah. If you don't use curing salt, just smoke them at a higher temp.
Yeah, I like using that cure because I want that pink color all the way through, or that red color. If you don't cure it, it gets that deadgum gray color in the middle of it.
right, you're right, but it's in a safety zone. You're not going to get somebody sick.
Yep. Yeah, if you put that sausage on and it's not cured, you wanna have that cooked within 2 to 3 hours of putting it on to
That's correct.
yeah to be out of the danger zone. You want to bring
But
it up.
when you start getting into things like supersod, you get into the Italian sausages, or you get
Hmm.
into some of the summer sausages. These things need to hang. They're raw meats. They're going to sit there in a closet. The closet has to be the right temperature, the right humidity. You got to keep an eye on that. That's where the danger comes into play. Fresh sausage, you're fine. Smoked sausage, you're still adding heat to.
Yeah,
If the casing you're using is permeable, whether or not it's a natural casing or a synthetic casing,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
fucking awesome.
that's real shit. My views, the last two videos have not gotten views at all, man. I don't get it. The
Yeah.
quail video and the tri-tip video both bombed big time. Maybe people are tired of seeing my shit. I don't know.
What was the
I
last
like
video
to
that you
think I
dropped?
have real content, huh?
What was the last video that you dropped?
Tri-tip. It's tri-tip.
That's funny.
Remember
'Cause I
me and
dropped.
you
I
talked
dropped
about
the.
tri-tip on a live, and then the very next day I did a tri-tip, but then I didn't release the video for like a month. But yeah,
It's funny that you mentioned tri-tip because I actually that same day that your tri-tip video dropped, I had a tri-tip video that dropped that same
oh
day.
damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Gorilla Joe had a tri-tip video drop not too far from ours, and his video didn't get that many views either. It might have got less than mine did. So maybe just not that popular or something. I don't know. Or we're just two small channels more than likely. But
well, we're dropping tri-tip in Texas. That's the thing.
That Texas style tri-tip get you banned on Facebook, hand.
That's what I heard. I mean, that's what people were just talking about. You know.
Oh, you hear some of your jerky? Damn. Yeah, you got to give that jerky about 24 hours to do its thing. I mean, that cure. Now, they make a speed cure that you can buy that works quick, that you can do the smoking the same day. I think the sausage makers sell that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Christy.
I know what it is about this Polliner beer.
Sausage making.
Polliner beer is so refreshing.
Are you still in the first poll, Andrew?
Yeah, dude, I was on that Jack and Coke and them Twisted X like earlier. Like,
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Like a lot of.
Oh my goodness.
So there's people out there that you can buy subs and views from, but you got to keep it low key and make a burner account.
They post up at the flea market, man.
The flea market.
I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with Ryan Upchurch, but Ryan Upchurch kind of posted something about this the other day, and it was very interesting. A YouTube channel that he was affiliated with had bought subs and all that, and I guess who they bought the subs and views from sold them out and released some audio on the transaction. And that's why I say those are definitely out there. You can buy subs and views. These guys bought 100,000 views and 25,000 subs for like $500.
Wow. That wouldn't make any sense to me because I'm not monetized. So having more people wouldn't help me in any way. It would just cost me money.
And I look at my analytics, and I think per 100,000 views, I make I think $6 or $5 a view up to that threshold right there. So, or no, $3.79 is what it was. $3.79, and I did the math on it. A 100,000 view video would net me like $1,800. $1,900, something like that. Maybe not quite that much, but it's not a whole lot. Better than what I'm making now. I don't make but maybe like $100 every 3 months right now. I don't even remember what I said, Christy. I'm drunk.
I don't watch the quail video because it doesn't interest me.
So, I mean, that's the first time I ever did quail. It's just something I didn't do. And, man, that quail turned out pretty badass. I'm probably going to have to do that again. But, I understand that, Chuko. There's videos I see that I don't watch because they don't interest me. And I've clicked damn near everything I can think of. But when I go on YouTube to watch a video myself, I'm just watching. Unless I'm looking to learn something, I watch pure entertainment value. That's why I like watching some of the bigger channels, so I can see where I don't deliver on that front right there. Pretty boring.
Yeah.
Oh, who blocked you, Randy? Oh, Chrissy says you're not blocked. I don't know why Randy would get blocked. Yeah, I'm talking to two pros, no doubt.
Yeah, we top notch, top 3.
Who's a pro? A pro? What are you kidding me? Who are you talking about? Who's a pro? I'm with these two. These two are pros. This is what an average Joe looks like.
We're top pros, man. Top.
I guess you could say we're somewhat of pros, but I still learn shit every day.
Wow.
That's cool.
I've got a history of making sausage. We used to make over 3,000 pounds of super sod. But we did that when we had the winery. And when the wine was sitting in the barrels, we needed to find another revenue stream, and that was making super sod from scratch. We also made fresh mozzarella from scratch, and we taught people how to make mozzarella in their kitchen sinks. That's really what led me to doing all the sausage all the time.
I wonder what Randy's talking about right here. Content creator fight. It's getting a lot of hits.
What is he talking? What is he talking? Like bum fights?
I don't know, man.
Like a UFC?
I'm intrigued here. What are we talking about? We
I
gotta be
think.
talking about Nate Diaz and is he talking about Nate Diaz?
Oh yeah. Them two knuckleheads are doing. They have a show this weekend or something like that.
That big ass grasshopper just flew on me. Oh, he's on my computer screen now. Got you a new truck. Cool. What you get?
All right, let's see.
Bum fights again. Does anybody remember bum fights? I remember.
I do remember that. I remember that. And I remember that thing on MTV that was with those claymation figures.
Yeah, that bum fights. They would find them crackheads on the street and they would pay them to sit there and duke it out. That was real big when I was a sophomore in high school. I remember watching all that stupid shit. I won't forget it. That was messed up, man. It really was. But it's fun.
Kyle's going to sponsor what sounds like gas station fights.
Oh, Valero's a plant.
Oh, I thought Valero was a gas station.
Oh, that's a plant too. Chemical plant. Depending on which Valero they're talking about.
Like ExxonMobil. To me, ExxonMobil, I'm sure they have a refinery, but to me, ExxonMobil is gasoline. It's diesel fuel too.
Yeah, I've worked at ExxonMobil before. Not my favorite place to work. The plant. But yep, it's a refinery that produces jet fuel and gas.
But we have those in New Jersey. When I used to live in Jersey, I lived in Carteret. I would say within 5 miles from me, I had the Port of Elizabeth and Linden, and they had gasoline refineries.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Hell yeah. Let's see it. Hey, you can get that at any gas station in Southeast Texas. Freaking crackheads running around.
Yeah, but can you have an excellent tuna fish sandwich to be able to serve that you can go around and have concessions of tuna fish sandwiches for these fights?
No, probably not.
He recently put out a video where he went fishing. He doesn't show the fishing, but he's got the tuna fish sandwich and the fresh made bread.
Oh, he caught some tuna?
He did. He caught the tuna, he made the bread, and had the tuna fish sandwich.
Why am I missing all this, man?
You are missing out on all the content that the local barbecue community is putting out.
I don't get notifications for it, man.
What do you mean, rewind? They did what now?
I just seen Louis' video about 2 hours ago, and he put it out 11 hours ago. Didn't get a notification for it either.
Check out that first episode. It's going to be a lot of fun.
No, I want to check it out. Where'd y'all go? Leroy and Lewis?
Yeah, we went there. And another spot. Check it out, man.
You went to Leroy and Lewis. I thought you guys just kicked his legs out from underneath him, and you're like, here we are, we beat out Leroy Lewis. I had no idea. I got to watch the video.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, not to spoil the video, but y'all actually talked to him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, check it out, man. Plenty more episodes coming. But for now, dudes, I gotta bounce out.
All right. Yeah,
Mike,
well, you know what? It's midnight by me, too.
Yeah, my
It's
computer's
11
got
here,
5%
man.
left. It's friction to die anyway, so I might have to jump off too.
All right, dudes, I'm gonna bounce. Peace out. Peace out, Mike.
Later, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll
Hey.
try to hop on yours more if I can.
Thanks for inviting me on.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
Thanks for coming on here and giving me somebody to talk to, man. Later, chat. Peace.
Have a good one. Thanks.
You too, man. Thank y'all.